Happy Thursday, everybody. Hello. All right, let me shoot this link out through the YouTube algorithms just to see just to make sure everybody gets it. All right, not showing up yet. It is slow when that video is running. My computer runs slow. Time to upgrade. I've been needed to upgrade though. I got a Mac. Love Macs. Once I switched from PC to Mac, that was it. There was no going back for sure. Get shareable link. Happy Thursday, everybody. Nothing specific. Talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. All right. All right. All right. So let's see if everybody gets the alerts. Because I sure just got the alert. So hopefully it's lunchtime here on the East Coast. Give you guys a few minutes to get in here, and then we're going to get started on whatever you guys want to talk about. Finance, personal finance related, of course. But we'll see as people slowly trickle in. Get in here. Welcome to the SMD channel. Unlike any other channel on YouTube. Hello. If you're new, welcome. Thank you for joining. Here's where all your personal finance questions can be answered unlike any other. Hold on, turn this AC down. Oh. Coming over a little cold, so excuse my voice and my sniffling. I'm going to try to mute it as much as possible when you guys hear me sniffling and coughing and all that other stuff. But you guys probably tell by my voice I'm kind of congested. And anyway, how you guys today, man? Thursday. Happy Thursday. I figure since everybody else can attach something to a day, I might as well just, attach happy to it. I'm attached happy to every day. Happy Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, everything. Because once you get out of debt, every day is a good day. Not those the sayings inside the debt matrix. Oh, hump day, Wednesday, thank God it's Friday. No, those are all sayings that people hate going to work. You know what I'm saying? Those are those sayings. That means that they're basically telling if you're like, thank God it's Friday, because you're just happy to get away from a place you hate, which is your job. That's why you say things like that. Hump day, Wednesday. Why is it a hump day? I don't get it. Oh, you're halfway through the week of wanting to get out of the place you don't want to be in, right? That's, I don't know, just obvious stuff. Anyway, get in here. And I'm going to put the link in there right away because I don't even know how long I'm going to be on here. But I'm just here to answer personal questions, man. And what it really is, I want you guys to, if you're new to the channel, all right, this is what SMD is. It gives you the ability to see negative numbers. Now, a lot of you guys, millions of you guys are not going to understand that statement, okay? And that's on purpose. That's on purpose. It's on purpose. It's on purpose for people to include equity in a house they don't own into their financial portfolios. That's important. Believe that all of that's important. If you can't see negative numbers, that's your problem, right? They taught us all about negative numbers in elementary school. They did. They taught us all about negative numbers. If you choose to forget them as an adult, that's your problem. Okay. Let me put this invite link here. All right, let me paste that there. So just in case if you guys want to come up and ask a question, maybe you're in you know, a relationship that the finances are bad and you can't figure out what's going on. Here's the answer. Maybe you're with somebody that you can't figure out what they're doing with their money. Right here, here's the answer. I can give you the answer. maybe you're maybe you make six figures, you got an excellent career, but you can't figure out how come you're not getting ahead. Right here, here's the answer. I mean, I could tell you right now, you obviously can't see negative numbers. That's why you can't get ahead. This is the answer. I promise you, this is the answer. It's the obvious answer. What's up, eclectic agitator? What's going on, man? This is the obvious answer. Because if the majority could see negative numbers, student loan debt wouldn't exist. Trillions of dollars in mortgage loan debt wouldn't exist. Millions of people wouldn't believe they're homeowners. If millions of people could see negative numbers, they would know they're not homeowners. But since they can't, they don't. And that's why the housing market exists, because they can't see negative numbers. That's why credit cards exist. Car loans exist. This is why and it's all important. It's totally up to you which side you want to be on, though. That's totally up to you. The system is not evil, or it doesn't favor anybody, or favor a certain race of people and all. That's all stuff made up in the debt matrix. That's slaves telling you guys all that information. I promise you, those are all people that they don't have the ability. Unconscious slaves can't see negative numbers, right? And if you don't believe me, this is all you got to do something like this to a friend of yours. Say, hey man, and you got to do it casually, because you don't want to alert them. Say, hey, what's 7 minus 12? Just something simple like that. Just say that to them, right? They will always they will always give you a positive answer in return, even if they bother you to even. Because you got to remember, if you put a smaller number, like if you give a unconscious slave a mathematical problem, right? A basic arithmetic problem, but you put the smaller number first and say, what's 7 minus 12? It'll throw them all the way off, because they don't really understand how that works. What's up, AJ? And you gotta and a sorry, hold on. It'll throw them all the way off, because they can't see negative numbers. It's actually it's actually mind blowing, man. I mean, you guys see me honing in on it and trying to get. Anyway, I'm not going to go into detail. I went into detail earlier today. If you guys, the members only, go check out the video I made this morning, or just not this morning, but not too long ago. Anyway, go check it out. Anyway, I'm here today just on this Thursday, to maybe change your life for you or something. I don't know. Maybe you're tired of struggling, tired of surviving, tired of getting treated like shit at your job by your boss, your superiors, talking to you like garbage. It's your fault. If your job is treating you like shit, it's your fault. Because you signed up. They didn't. Did your job go look for you to say, "Hey, man, will you fill out this application and please work for us?" No, you came to them. You signed up for it. So if you accept them treating you like garbage, that's your fault, because you can't see negative numbers. That's why. People that can see negative numbers, we don't accept that kind of behavior, especially in business. That's No feelings should be involved inside of business. None, zero. This is the answer. Are you treated like garbage by somebody that so-called has money? That's your fault. That's your fault. What's up, Daquan? Appreciate you. This is the answer. The ability to see negative numbers. Have you ever heard of that? Have you guys, now be honest with yourself. Have you ever heard anybody say this to you? Hey, I got the ability to see negative numbers. Have you ever heard that? I've been alive 51 years. I've never heard that before, ever, ever. Nobody's ever told, hey, man, you know what the answer is to becoming wealthy? What? The ability to see negative numbers. Obviously, millions of people cannot. That's obvious. Once you understand this, the dynamics of your entire life will change. Do you understand me? The dynamic of your entire life. Everything changes. You live in a whole different financial world, totally different. All the all the financial advice, chitter chatter, that all comes to a quiet halt. Now you only listen to the people that understand money. Now you only listen to the people that understand negative numbers exist. Who cares? Who cares if other people can't see negative number? That's their problem. All of us were taught this in elementary school. All of us. Exactly right. You're right. It's your fault. I knew, I always say this, I knew something was wrong as I was growing up, man. I did all the rules, went to college, successful virtualization engineer career, prestige title, all that stupid nonsense. The whole time I was living in the negative because I couldn't see negative numbers. Mm. If you want out, you've come to the right place. If you want to stop being that what they call it, the rat on the wheel, whatever, all slaves know. You can ask a slave, they all know they are the rat. They all know that. They just don't know how the wheel is powered. It's powered by, and it's obvious. You clearly see the rat running inside of the wheel, but the slaves don't know why they're running. They don't even know because you can't see negative numbers. That's why. That's why you're running like that. AJ says, my best friend told me I'm the only one he knows that's debt free. So I should lower my expectations in my relationship by requiring her to be. But what? Okay, so I should lower my expectations in my relationship by requiring her to be debt free. Lowering, that would be like increasing, really, right? I mean, you got to when when you're able to see negative numbers, that's a requirement. If you want to be in a relationship with me, you got to be able to see negative numbers. If you don't, that's a waste of time. I don't even want to have sex. And now I know most men that hear me, they think, oh, he's full of shit. No, I'm not. No, no, I'm not. I would not want to accidentally procreate with an unconscious slave. I wouldn't do that. Can you imagine? This is what happens while you're in court because you procreate with unconscious slaves. Now you're in front of a judge. A judge is dictating your finances. Oh, how much you make? Yeah, okay. You're gonna spend this over here. You're gonna put that there. Wait a minute. I'm the one working for that money. Yeah, that's true. But since you can't see negative numbers, that's what we're here for. We're here to separate it for you because you obviously don't understand how it works. That's why the person in the black robe is gonna do it for you. That's business. If you're in family court fighting over your children, that's your fault. That's business. The family court, that's business. All emotion, here the couples come in, they're fired up, emotional, lawyers, getting lawyers involved. Do you think the courts are emotionally involved in your case? They're not. They're not. Slaves on the hamster wheel. Now they're moving faster. They're moving really, really fast. You guys, that wheel is turning so fast, you guys can't even see the wheel anymore. You guys can't even. You guys don't even know it's a wheel. You're just running. You think I should settle for someone if their bills are paid as long as their debt is not? See what I'm saying? That's called slave splaining. I don't even know. Honestly, AJ, I don't even know how you could tolerate that kind of talk. I'd be like, hey man, can I talk to you later? I'll give you a call later. And I won't call him back. That's just slave talk. Hey, you should. No, you should. That means more women for you. Say like this. Say like you are a guy out there and you think like that. If you want to do that, go ahead and do that. You can date slaves. There's plenty of them out there. You guys can go and procreate with as many slaves as you want. And like especially if you're a young man listening to this, let me explain something to you. Especially if you're a young man going out there having just random kids, random amount of kids. Do you know you're going to die a slave? You'll never be out of debt ever if you're one of those guys out there just having multiple kids, child support up the ass. That means you're going to die a slave. You're going to die a slave because you'll never be able to catch up. You'll never be able to catch up ever. The state will own you until you're dead. Whatever state you're in, they're going to own you until you're dead. So it doesn't matter if you have a nice car, you live in a nice area, you're good at hiding your money, you're trying to hide it. That's how you're going to live until you're dead. Hiding. Because when you're young, you don't really understand what you're doing. When you're young, you just think you're going to be young forever. Then one day you're going to wake up at 50, 55, and then you're going to see how much child support you owe. Too old to have the ability to take care of it, to get rid of it or whatever. Too old. And then you're just going to have to accept that you're going to die buried in child support. Die buried in child support. Hell no. Some dudes be wearing that like a badge of honor. Oh yeah, man, I got about 10, 15 kids. And when I hear stuff like that, I say to myself, God damn, you are gonna die a slave. And a lot of these dudes be idolized as pimps and players, and they getting all this. No, hey, young men, let me tell you something. That's TV. You guys better stop paying attention to that. That's TV. There's stuff going on in the background that you can't see. They're slaves. And on top of it, listen, that even guys going out there having multiple children like that, just tons of them not taken care of and not paying. That's important too because we need slaves for the economy. They're going to have those children. Those children are not going to learn shit because of who they had, who their parents are, and then they're going to repeat the cycle, thinking it's normal. Without slaves, the economy could not function. They could not function. What's up, AJ?
Hey, OJ, how's it going today?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
Good, man, good. I was in the chat. I had to jump in because I wanted to like physically explain this to you about my friend and what he had told me on the phone the other day. And it threw me for a loop because I'm like, he knew, like, this is a guy I grew up with, and he knew my struggles. He was with me during my divorce. He's seen how that went, and he knew about my debt situation. And I was telling him about my progress and all the way leading up until me becoming debt free. And he got the nerve to tell
Is you're
me,
kind of coming in and out a little bit. I don't know if you're moving away from the mic or what.
"Oh, that could be my headset. I'm sorry. Let me
Mhm.
stop what I'm doing
All
here."
right.
How's it sound now?
Now you went lower now for some reason.
Okay.
Okay, right
Uh,
there,
uh,
right there.
all right. Cool. Okay. So he had the nerve to tell me that I'm the only one. He said, "Look, you're the only one that I know that's debt free. Why, you not gonna be able to find anyone that's on that type of level. So you're gonna have to lower your expectations. As long as she's a good woman and her bills are paid and she don't have outrageous debt, then you should be able to work with that." This is what he tells me. After years of watching me pay off my debt, he tells me that I should just settle for somebody even if they don't want to have the same intensity that I have to become debt free. And it just goes to show the mindset of everybody out here and how they think, you know.
Well,
And
he's talking about himself, really. He
yeah,
doesn't,
yeah,
and this information is for you, right? When you hear talk like that, they don't know that they're talking about themselves.
yeah,
Because I'm not gonna oh, you think, okay, I'm debt free. I'm the only one you know that I'm debt free, but you think I should lower my standards for somebody else that no, I'm not doing any of that.
yeah,
That's for
yeah,
you.
yeah. And he's a married slave. He's married. He has his wife, but they're both slaves too. You know, he's a
Right.
married slave, and so he don't care. Long as they go out and go to Home Depot, and they both have credit cards and Home Depot cards, and he's lease payments, and so he's a slave.
It's
But
important.
he think because all his bills are paid and they got a roof over their head and food on
Right.
the table that
Right.
he's living responsible. You know what I'm saying?
That's the program.
Yeah.
Right. That's the program. It's important for and for you. You got to just, when you look at, and this is to help you not get frustrated. You just got to look at him and say, he just doesn't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just talking. He's just slave splaining. He don't know. They don't know they're slave splaining.
Yeah. Because I told him, I said, look, man, I don't really want to take this to the next level with her if she's not going to be responsible and pay off her debt. I said, we can't, I don't want to combine my life with somebody if they're going to continue to want to get car payments. And
that's not even an option for you today. That's not even an option for you, AJ. That's not even an option for you today.
I can't do it, LJ. I cannot do it, man.
Right.
Listen. Why would I go through all of that just to combine my life with somebody that's doing the same thing that I just worked, my ass off to get out of?
Exactly.
There's no way I'm doing that. And
right.
For him to say that goes to show how, how much he think about people that's becoming debt free. He think that's just weird. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
He don't understand the sacrifice, and he think that's something that, oh man, you did that, man. But most people don't do that stuff, man. You're the only one I know that does that. You should be a slave like the rest of us and marry a slave. Like, man, like, look, I'm thinking about like not even call. Like, look, man, this is why today I don't want to associate myself with slaves because they just piss me off. You see the writing on the wall, man. You just want to, and I literally, man, I go through my Facebook. I'm gonna get rid of this person. I'm gonna delete this person, and he's gonna be next on the list, man. I can't do it. No one's gonna pressure me into becoming a slave again. Once you out of the debt matrix, you never want to go back.
You can't go back. There's no. You cannot wake up one day, AJ, and say, you know what? I'm tired of being free. I'm gonna go back and being a slave.
Oh my God, LJ, you can't.
Baby, you are fine enough. You know what? I love you so much. I'm gonna go back into slavery for you. I don't see you ever doing that, AJ.
No, I can't do it. There's no way, man. And
now tell me this. Is this a close friend? This guy, is he a close friend?
This guy is LJ, he's my best friend. We grew up together, man. And he is a godfather of my son.
Oh
like,
boy.
Look, we are like brothers, man.
Oh boy.
But it doesn't matter because he still, when I told him, hey, look, man, it's nothing like becoming debt free. You should get on this journey with me, pay off all this debt and just live free. But even I couldn't convince him to do that.
You know what? This is what I had to do, but as you know, I don't know if you listen to it. I had to let go of one of my closest friends because even we got to the point to where I said, hey, whenever we're on the phone, man, let's just not talk about finances. Okay. Don't talk about it with me. I won't talk about it with you. And we talk about everything else outside of finances. But when you talking to your slave friends and they start saying slave stuff, it just gets under your skin.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And I don't know, you might have to release them or go from best friends to being acquaintances.
Yeah, exactly. And it offended me. And I don't even think he realized that. But when you got somebody who made such a big life accomplishment like that by not becoming a slave anymore, working your way out of the debt matrix as a single father, you got somebody that's telling me that I should just be in a relationship, accept some woman and marry and do all of this stuff with someone who don't even care about being debt free or don't want to try to do it. That's offensive to me. He offended me. Without even knowing it, he offended me.
You started to sound like me, AJ. You started to sound like me. You arrogant prick. See how See what I'm saying? But that's not, if somebody even called me, think about it. If somebody calls you or me that, it's not even offensive if somebody called me an arrogant prick. I'd be like, oh, okay. All right,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. And and another thing he did too is he told me, because I told him, I said, listen, I told her that I will be coming into the relationship or marriage debt free. And I would expect the same for my future significant other, right? And so when I told him this, he gonna tell me, man, you shouldn't have told her that. You intimidated her. How could you put that pressure on her? Like he was taking up for her.
He's
I
you know,
I
and you know the answer. I know the answer, AJ.
yeah,
They can't see we have the ability to see negative numbers. That's the
yeah,
answer. That's really the answer.
yeah,
They can't see. So you know, you should try this, AJ. Okay, try this. All right. Okay. Obviously, he has a mortgage, right?
right,
Okay, this is what I want you to do, and see if he'll do it, right? And you make him open up the calculator, put in his mortgage payment minus his mortgage balance, right? And
right.
have him hit equal on the calculator and say, hey, don't tell me the answer. Don't tell me the answer. I want you to look at the calculator and just listen to my voice. The reason why you believe you're a homeowner is because you can't see negative numbers. See what he says to that.
Okay.
See
I'm
what
gonna do
see
that.
how he responds to that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, man. I'm gonna report back to your show and let you know what he says, man. I can't wait to
Yeah.
talk to him again. That it He pissed me off, so I'm gonna give him a couple days. I gotta cool off a couple days till I talk to
He said I'm gonna give him a couple.
him. I gotta give
Let
him a
him
couple
chew on it
days.
for a little bit.
Yeah, I care about him. He's a good friend of mine. I'm gonna give him a couple
Right.
days, and I gotta cool off for a couple days. Then I'm gonna call him
That's
and
the
go through
hard
this.
part, though. I ain't gonna lie, AJ. That's the hard part. I was tolerating my friend for at least a year before I
Yeah.
finally just cut it off. I think the last straw was when I was excited about my shirts coming out, and
Yep.
I didn't care. I didn't really care about if he agreed with the statements on the shirt. I was just wanting to be happy that I was coming out with some shirts to sell the people that like SMD, right? Man,
Right.
he was so negative. He was like, oh, that whatever. I mean, just his attitude about it. I said, okay, that's enough. He's
Yeah.
disturbing my energy. He's disturbing my negative. I can't have that.
Yeah. I see. That's what I'm saying, man. That's how I feel about him towards me with my debt free journey. Is that I don't think he's like, oh, whatever, man. Like, okay, yeah. So what? You don't have to make a car payment anymore, or you know, it was not like he was excited for me.
Correct.
So
Now, are you able to? Okay, so tell me this: have you been able to share this with anybody else in your life without
uh,
negativity? You know what I'm saying? Who else have you been able to share this information with?
not a lot of people, man. I told my sister. I have a sister. I told her about it because I did reach out to her and was telling her about my accomplishments and
No, I
stuff.
mean
And
actually responding to it. Anybody
always,
that
what do you mean, like this?
positively responding to it.
Oh, I mean, no, my sister did. She responded positively to it,
Okay. Okay.
So she was going to go out and she needed a new car and she was going to finance one. And after she talked to me, she was responding positively to all my accomplishments and she saved up and bought her car cash, you
Oh,
know.
okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, so I'm proud of her for doing that,
All
So
right.
yeah, but she's the only one. Everyone else is slaves and don't care.
Now,
So
how's your dating life been then? Now, how I mean, from your point to actually, you know what I'm saying? How has it been for you now?
yeah, I'm in a relationship, and
Mhm.
she is a good woman. She treats me well.
Uh-oh,
We have
okay.
a great time together.
You're setting the stage for a reason. Okay, I'm okay. She's a good woman. She's nice. She's got nice hair. Okay, I got all that. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get to the bottom. Let's go.
All right. The bottom line is, she likes to travel. She likes to, she's leasing a car now. When this is up, she plans on buying a new car. Like she is a slave, you know, and
That's right. You just talked about this. That's right.
yeah,
You're gonna
yeah.
find out in March.
I'm gonna find out in March if she
Uh,
decided to go through with her slave payment, you know. Um, and I'm trying to talk to her, but here's the thing: like we are on thin ice because now she is a little intimidated by me being debt free, and she
mm.
don't, and she admitted herself that she don't want to make the sacrifices it takes to become debt free. She's
Oh boy.
okay as long as she can pay her bills.
Oh
She
boy.
can't. Like I told her, listen, like I went to Florida this summer on vacation, all cash, right?
You went
So
where? You went where?
I went on a vacation to Florida this
Oh, gotcha.
last
Okay.
month for
Okay.
my birthday. I paid all
All right.
cash. It was a cash vacation. Everything I did was cash, and I was there buying stuff with cash. And she looking at me like, how are you spending cash on all, you paid all this money to come here, but now you still buying stuff? Well, I had all cash. I planned for it, right? So
Right.
she said, and she told me, she said, listen, I can't sacrifice me being able to go on vacations and all of that to become debt free. I just can't do it. And so when I thought about that, I'm like, wow, man, that's gonna be a problem. That is gonna be a problem. How are we gonna
Now, you
make
thinking
it?
this in your mind? You saying this or thinking this?
I'm thinking this in my
Okay.
mind.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
like, because we still have more talking to do. But I'm like, because right now I'm not planning on doing anything. Like, I'm single. I have my own place. I plan on saving up for a house eventually. So I have a financial plan already established, right? So in order for somebody to come into my life to be able to enjoy this with me and go on this journey with me, you're gonna have to have the same mindset and sacrifice that I had to make, because it wasn't easy. And she's already telling me, like, I can't do that. I can't sacrifice and to become debt free. You know.
So
So
basically, AJ, she's telling you right now. So you really don't have to wait to March.
no,
She's telling you to answer right now. You just got
right.
to accept it. And of course, I can say it so easily because I don't have any feelings involved. But outside looking in, you already know the answer.
Yeah.
It's just you just gonna have to pull the trigger.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna end up being, hey, we're gonna have to go our separate ways, because how are we gonna
Mm,
you know how are we going to combine our lives together and build together
you
when one
can't.
of us want to be debt free and the other one wants to go out and get a new car payment, or don't want to make extra student loan payments to get rid of the debt you know
Do that negative. Okay, do this. Do that negative calculation thing. You can use the car payment, you can use a house payment. It all works, right? And just do the same thing to her. And when she sees the negative number, and say, the reason why you think you own a car is because you can't see negative numbers, and see if it clicks.
Gotcha.
See if she has try to figure out, because you got to remember, you now have the ability to see negative numbers. She obviously can't. See, by doing these tests, see if she even has the ability to comprehend, or the possibility of saying it might click or the light might turn on. Because if she doesn't, and these tests are for you, AJ, because I
Yeah.
don't, now you free,
Yeah.
time is the most valuable thing on earth. And if she's unable to see negative numbers, you are just wasting the time in your life.
Yeah, that's so true. And I remember being that way, not being able to see negative numbers, because I was that way until I started listening to you. And it all made sense to me. I'm like, okay, wow, I have money in the savings account, but I still have a phone payment. I still have car payment. Like, I don't have no money. This savings account don't matter, right? So I get it. So I'm definitely gonna do these tests with her and my friend, you know, and see what they both say. But
Yeah, yeah, but
yeah,
you probably, it sound like you already know though.
I already know you,
It's
because like,
hard. It's hard. I ain't gonna lie. That's a tough that was tough for me to let go of my friend. I had to let him go, man. But
yeah,
when I just cut it off and he didn't respond to why I did it, I was right. Because
right,
the response for somebody truly that was not jealous of me, or what, I don't know why he would be jealous of me. It makes absolutely no sense, right?
yeah,
But the average person would say, "Hey, man, how come you're not answering my calls anymore? How come you're not calling me anymore? Or whatever." Right? None of that.
yeah,
He didn't call me and say, "Hey, what's up?" Not then. That means I made the right decision.
yeah, yeah. That's where I'm headed. I'm gonna be a lonely, debt free. But you know
No,
what?
you know what it is, AJ. Don't look at it as lonely. Just because I thought the same thing when I was getting out of debt without SMD. You guys got to remember, I did all this shit by myself, right?
Yeah,
And I stayed alone until I got comfortable with being alone. And then I was cool with being alone.
yeah,
If
yeah.
you don't understand it, hey, I guess that's your problem.
Oh yeah, and I feel that way now. Being divorced and being on my own, I didn't date or do anything for a long time. I just focused on my kids and
Right.
paying my debt off. And I was working two jobs until I
Wow.
became debt free. So I made a lot of, when I tell him I sacrificed, I really sacrificed, man.
Right.
I wasn't going on vacations and going out, buying new clothes and new shoes and going out shopping
Right.
all the time and vacation. I sacrificed. So now I'm here today, 3, 4 years later, and I'm telling him this story, and he's offending me by telling me that I'm the only one he know that's done this, like I'm crazy or something. Like, you know,
I heard all that, man. I was smoking crack. I think I
yeah,
was on heroin.
yeah,
What else was going on with LJ? Because he was not doing the thing that everybody else was doing. Something had to be wrong with me.
yeah. He thought I was crazy. He think I'm
Yeah,
crazy. So it's offensive to me. So I'm gonna have to cut him loose eventually if he, I can't like.
eventually.
Yeah, eventually I will. I will because I'm not gonna surround myself with slaves. Because when you do that, and for the people in the chat, stuff like that, if you continue to do that, then you're gonna feel like what you done or how you thinking is not right. They're gonna act like they're gonna treat you like you crazy, right? So you got to just let them
Correct.
go, so you can keep
Correct.
your sanity.
For your own
So
sanity.
for
You're
your own
right.
sanity.
And kind of this is what I want you to tell them, AJ. I want you to let them know how this having this knowledge changes all aspects of your life, not just financially, just everything. I mean, how you interact with your job. We already talked about relationships and money. I mean, your whole life has changed, correct?
It changed my whole life, LJ, to the point where like I have a job right now, but my heart's not like I'm not invested. Like they could come to me now and say, you know what, we gotta let you go, AJ. Like your position's been eliminated. I'll say, hey, I'll smile at them instead of I'll smile at them, be like, okay, have a nice day. I'll tell them
Right,
have a nice day and okay, great, I'm gone.
right,
It changes my whole to where my job is not a burden. I don't care. I'm doing it because I want to be here, not because I have to be here. You
right,
know, so it,
right.
it it changes your whole life. And like I say, man, your frame of mind, your health, your stress, all that has been
How's your stress
eliminated.
level? How's your stress level?
I sleep so good at night, man. Oh my God. I look. Sometimes I wake up. I be like, you know what? I can go unpaid today. I can call them and say, I'm not feeling well. I don't even care if you pay me this today or not. Like that. I don't. So PTO don't matter to me no more. Like
Right.
I don't care because I don't need. If I go a week without getting paid, I don't care. So it changes everything, man. And that's what I'm saying. My friend don't get it. Like, look, when you're free, man, it changes everything.
When
And
you
I, and I
like think about it this way, AJ. I remember when I was in the debt matrix, I would wake up literally sick, not fake, not calling in pretending to be sick, but I was literally sick. But I remember having to have to go to work because I couldn't afford to not get paid for that day.
Me too. I remember that day, LJ, like it was
Oh,
yesterday. Oh my God. I remember being sick and I just like, oh my God, I'm not gonna get paid. My check gonna be short. And when I get this check, I'm gonna want to throw up because I'm gonna
oh
be
my God.
behind on something. It's something I'm
Yes,
not gonna be able to pay on time now. And I won't have
right.
a money to go to go shopping. I won't be able to, have a broad selection of food I want to buy at the store. That's another thing too, man. When I go to the store and go grocery shopping, I don't care what I just like, oh, I want to try this. Oh, I want this. That's another thing, man. My shopping life has changed. I don't look at prices no more.
Same
I
thing at
look
the
at
gas station, right? When you
yeah,
pull up to the gas station.
yeah, man. When I was looking at that the other day, like gas 3.29. Wow, that's high as hell. But man, I feel bad for slaves. I don't care. I'm gonna go fill it up right now. Should I
I,
fill up
I
now or should
I
I
don't
wait? I don't
care.
care. Yeah,
Right.
I don't micromanage the gas station waiting for the price to drop another 10 cents. I don't care. I'm just gonna fill up
Right.
today. You know?
Drive 10 miles out your way to get a cheaper gas. No, you
Yeah,
just spent the money going
yeah,
because they don't calculate their time. People
right.
people in debt, they don't calculate time. They never
Yeah.
do. Man.
Absolutely. It changes everything, man. So, man, chat, SMD family, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna have to cut people out of your life eventually. You got to. You got to be around like-minded people. That's why I come in here, man. I'm telling you, man. I love when you go live. So I know I'm gonna be able to talk and chat with like-minded people, whether it's with you or people in the chat. And you just got to keep surrounding yourself in your personal life and here with the SMD family on YouTube or whatever in Discord, wherever we chat at. But you
Yeah.
got to, man, because you're gonna go crazy listening to these slaves and how they think, you know. So
You will. You sure will,
yeah,
man. And I guess what it is like, it's crazy to come to this revelation of the ability to see negative numbers. I mean, now when I say it out loud, it's obvious, right?
right.
Because if people could see negative numbers, the housing market wouldn't exist.
That's right.
Credit
Right.
cards wouldn't exist, car loans, furniture payment, none of that stuff would exist. It's obvious.
Yeah, we wouldn't have nearly as many banks as we have walking around here now. Like,
Oh,
none
I
of this
love
stuff
this.
will
I
exist.
love this system. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, I do too. I love it. I was telling, that's another thing, man. I told my friend, like, okay, you're gonna go lease the car, right? You're gonna lease the car, and you're gonna pay for the depreciation, and you're gonna turn it in. You won't own it. They didn't got all your money, and then I'm gonna go buy it for a cheaper price.
Right.
We
Well,
need
they
you.
don't know that. You got to remember, they finance taxes too. If they don't have the money for the car, they don't have the money for the taxes. Slaves don't know that they finance taxes. They don't even
Right.
know that.
Yeah, they just look at the payment. I
Payment.
only have to pay this every month. That's all they look at.
That was
You
me.
know, that was
That
yep.
was
I
me.
remember. I remember.
Ooh.
Ooh, I still
Eight
got
at
the papers.
8 hours at a car lot, AJ. 8 hours to buy one car. Sitting there
Yeah.
all day. What?
Yep.
That's so embarrassing. I should have been embarrassed.
I know. And they running your credit 1,000 times trying to see what
Oh
kind of payment that
man.
they can get you. So they calling every bank and running your credit through every bank in the world,
Oh,
basically. It's
and
just a
and most of
nightmare.
them charge fees. Credit,
Yes,
they charge you a fee to run your credit. Oh
that's
my,
right.
that's just free money. You don't need to steal from slaves. Just
Yes.
make up fees.
Yep.
Credit report running fee, warranty fee. Oh my goodness, man.
Gap insurance, all this
Damage.
stuff. Yeah. I remember sitting there when I got my last car when I was a slave, right? Oh, you want to get gap insurance? Like, oh my God, I need this insurance, but that's going to bring my payment up another $30, $40. I really can't afford that, but I need this insurance because if I get in an accident, total my car, I won't have the money. I was a total
Correct.
slave, man.
Total slave.
Yeah.
Gap
Yeah.
insurance is for slaves.
It's
I
for
mean,
slaves.
they doing it right in your face,
Yep.
and you can't even they can't even see it.
And the guy, the salesman, he knew I was a slave. He was like, "You got it. You better get this. Like, you should get this because you
Of
don't want
course.
to."
Well, you
Yeah.
put it this way, AJ. If you're sitting at the table getting ready to finance a car, of course you're a slave.
Yeah.
You're financing a car.
Yeah. It pisses me off just thinking about that.
I
And for
know.
it's like, wow, I've been taken for a loop this whole time. Like, it pisses me off. That's why, like, if debt was a person, I want to fight it. Like, that's why my friend telling me I should date slaves and sacrifice. No, you know,
Mm-mm. That's him. He's gonna. It's like when you date slaves because they think okay in the debt matrix they think what's the number one reason for divorce? It's money. No, it's not. It's debt.
it's debt.
Slaves marrying slave. Can you imagine two slaves like broke up slaves, divorced slaves? They get together, they got kids, then they get together, join their debt together, and get deeper in debt, and then they get divorced. You're just digging yourself deeper and deeper, and then that's when the family court system come in, and they pick their bones till they're just done.
Yeah.
The last
Yeah.
scraps of money they have. That's how it
Right.
works, man. Just keep
Yeah.
and it recycles over and over and over again. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't go back to that, man. That's the first thing I put in the chat. Like, this is what he told me. He want me to do this. I can't go back to slavery in that way. You know,
That's not even an option.
I'll make more money and save more money as a single.
You there? Did I lose you? Uh-oh. AJ? AJ. Uh-oh, he must have lost him. All right. Something happened. Not sure what happened, but anyway. Is this you? Welcome to the room. You want your life to change forever? You want this superpower that people don't even know exists? The ability to see negative numbers. The ability to see negative numbers. That's the power. AJ?
Can you hear me, OJ?
Okay, now I can. Now I can.
Oh, okay. I got a call right in the middle of me talking here on the stream. Sorry about that.
Gotcha. No problem. No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I love it, man, and I'm glad I'm able to help people like you, man. I really am. It's just I'm happy for you that you're able to feel and speak the way you do now.
Man, absolutely. And thanks a lot, man. And you changed my life and constantly, reminding me not to go back. Because like I say, man, it's so easy to get influenced and go back. That's why it's important to cut those people, much as you may love them or like them, cut them out of your life, because you don't need that kind of pressure, because it's easy to go back into debt, but it's hard as hell to get out. You don't want to feel like you're doing something wrong by not being a slave.
Well, you got to remember, we were like, it's if you've been in the debt matrix for 40 years, 30 years, right? And
Right.
you just get out. I mean, that's just like, it's no different than coming off of drugs. I mean, it's so easy to, because the majority are slaves. Of course, they can suck you back in if you're not paying attention. But once you're out, there is no, like right now, just listen to you speak. There's nobody can suck you back into the debt matrix. You ain't going back.
There's no way. There's
That's
no way.
it, right?
Yeah.
You guys clearly know I'm not. I'm never
Yeah.
going back.
Yeah.
I'll catch the bus before I finance a car.
Yeah.
Okay, I get a bicycle before I do that.
That's true. That's what yeah. And that's another
Uh-huh.
thing too. Like with these cars, they say, "Oh, well, what am I supposed to do?" My lease is up. I don't have a car, or my car is old. What am I supposed to do? I want a new car. I don't want some old raggedy car.
They
So they
all
go and finance another car.
they
They
all
fall
say
into
the
that trap.
same thing. That's
Same
what
thing.
that's what you said. Your woman saying, "What am I supposed to do? Drive a piece of junk?" She's gonna go out and get her a new car. You better believe it, AJ. That's what's happening.
Yeah, that's what my ex-wife said too. I need a safe new car. I'm gonna go finance a car. I'm not following this plan with you. I need a car.
Well, they only make safe cars in 2021. You know that, right?
Right. Yeah. So yeah, it's hard, man, in this world. There's so many slaves, and it's hard to find like-minded people. So keep doing what you're doing, LJ. Don't stop doing it, man. So
I can't stop, man. I'm in it now. Shit. If I try to stop now, you know how many emails I'll get right now? LJ, what the hell you doing, man? You ain't been live for a month. What's up, man? What's going on? Do we need to stop by and see you?
I know I'll notice it because I have you on the notification alert. So as soon as you go live, I'm on it.
Nice.
I have no other channels that way because I don't care. They're not helping my life. Like all these relationship
I'm
channels and all this
here,
shit.
man. Same here.
Yeah. I don't care about none of that shit. So as soon as you come on, I need to hear what you got to say. I don't care if you're on for 10 minutes. I got the notification alert so I can hear what you got to say for today.
I love that, man. So I love that.
Yep. So
love it, man.
So I'm gonna let you go, man, and get back here, man, and finish out this day at work.
All right.
So I appreciate all you doing, man. So I had to come in here and explain to you and the audience what I put in the chat because it's something that I want to kind of get off my chest and let you know because this is all a learning experience and a lesson for me, how to cut people out of my life and push away the distractions.
Yeah, man. And thank you for doing that too, man, because I love it when other people hear other SMD family members speak their truth and what's going on in their life, except always just hearing me, and so they can understand that they can do it too.
Right. Yeah, and I know it's a lot of young people here that's listening to you, and so this is a lesson for them too because they are in a more crucial position than I am because they want to probably start families and find this person or whatever. So they gotta be careful, man, because there's a hole that's going to be hell to climb out of if you make the wrong decision.
Yes, it is. The earlier the better. The earlier the better. Time is running out.
Yeah.
All right. Time is. You wait, because I think about this before I let you go. If I would have woke up at 51, the age I am today, with the amount of debt I had to get out of at age 40, I'd be crying right now.
Oh man, tell me about it.
I'd be crying.
I'm 40 now and I'm debt free. So look, I can't afford to make a mistake again by trying to find out. You know what I mean? Because if I make this mistake again, I don't want to try to climb out of this. I'm not working 2 jobs and doing all of this that I just did to get out of debt. I can't afford to do this again. And that's what I say. You absolutely right when you say time is the most valuable thing, man, because I don't have time to make this mistake again. I have to move forward.
Right. So. Yeah. And especially at least if you woke up at 50 and you didn't have student debt, you could file bankruptcy. But imagine waking up at 50 with $100,000 in student loan debt.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, I have all kind of health problems and be dying a slave because I'd be too stressed,
Too stressed.
Yeah. So no, thank you. No, thank
you. Man.
Yeah.
So thanks, man.
Well,
I appreciate you, AJ.
yeah, we look like twins up here with our names, LJ,
Right.
AJ. So I might have to change my
Exactly.
name. But yeah, keep doing what you're doing, man. Because I'm not LJ, so might need to switch that up a little bit. Because you the one out here changing lives, and I really appreciate what you're doing. So keep it up, LJ. I'll be looking forward to more of your streams, and I'll keep listening. I have my headphones in, so
All right. Thank you, sir.
all right,
Appreciate it.
enjoy, man. Thank
All
you.
right.
Bye.
Man. See, this is how I know I'm on the right track. I'm on the right. I'm on my right. This is my being it. The ability to see negative numbers is a gift. This is my gift. And this is the difference between me and everybody else with their gifts. I'm not saying anybody's gifts is lower or higher than mine. I'm just saying the difference with my gift, I can prove my gift. Once it clicked that the ability to see negative numbers is obvious, I knew that was the answer. I knew it soon because even it's like when I was coming along, it's guiding people coming in. It's like even Andre was like, I was talking about, okay, hey, it's math, and Andre was like, oh no, man, it's a branch of math. It's arithmetic. It kept getting simpler and simpler and more simple and more simple and more simple, and then it was like, bam, the ability to see negative numbers. They obviously cannot see them. It's obvious. And it's always like that. It's always the obvious answer. What's up, Lee? If you're new to the channel, don't be shy, man. You can come up and ask questions. Here's the link. Just happy Thursday. Today could be the day to change your life forever. Right now, today. You want your life to change forever? Today's the day. Free. I'm changing lives today for free. All you gotta do is I can help you see negative numbers. That's the answer, okay? Now, if you've never heard that, that's on purpose too, because we need slaves. If you're a person saying, oh no, it can't be that simple, that's important too. That's important for slaves to think it's not that simple. Whoever designed it, thank you. Somebody designed this, believe that. What's up, Robert?
What's going on? I got a good one for you.
I'm all ears. What's up?
I was at work yesterday. Well, I'm on light duty, but I was at work yesterday and I was talking to this dude. And he was telling me how he paid off his house, right? So I asked him, like, did he had a mortgage? Like, was he in debt? He said no. But guess what he followed up with?
What?
He had student loans.
Oh, okay. Did he tell you how much?
Round about close to 85,000.
Okay. All right.
Him and his wife.
Okay.
So when I was working, I was thinking about, the phrase "thou shalt not bear false witness," right? And I was asking, like, how come, like, people know that phrase, but they still say that they are homeowner with a mortgage? I'm like, that's you can't say you own a house and you got a mortgage. It's just impossible.
He had
That's
his house was paid off.
that's what he said. But then he followed up by saying that he was like making student loan payments. Like he was like making payments.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. No, I'm listening. I got you. Okay. Yeah, that's
Because he said he had no debt at all. He told me he has no debt. He was out of debt completely. But then the next sentence he said outright that he has student loans. I'm like, and all I could say
okay.
was
Okay, so let me tell you this. I've come across. I had a client like that. Okay. I had a client that owned a couple of properties, but had hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt.
yeah.
Okay. And because I remember the first time when I was talking to him, he's like, "Yeah, I own a couple houses, blah blah blah." And then when I went to look at the credit report, I noticed I didn't see any mortgages on the credit report. And I said, "Hey, didn't you just tell me you owned a property or whatever, right? A house?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "I don't see it." He said, I own it free and clear." I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "You got all these, you own the," I said, this is what I told him. I said, "Sell one of your properties to pay off your student loan debt." He said, "No."
Why?
I know.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. That's how strong that's how strong the matrix is.
yeah,
He doesn't know, your friend doesn't know he can be free, but he doesn't know he's not free yet.
yeah. Him and his wife definitely not free because he was telling me how they both got like loans. They got all types of other stuff they did, like car loans. And I was like, and I just kept looking at him like a bewildered look. I was like,
Right.
well, you're not debt free at all.
Right. Right. That's a weird, and I know what you're talking about. That's a weird one right there. That's a really weird one. Because if you have the ability to pay off a house, that's huge right there. Right there.
Yeah.
That's a huge accomplishment.
Yes, I congratulated him on that. I was like, yes, sir, congratulations. And then what he was telling me was, I told him like, I paid off one of my cars, and he was like, yeah, just get your money straight. Don't date women that's in debt. He was telling me like, don't date women that's broke. But then I'm looking at him even more confused. I'm like, if you know all of this, how come your books ain't balanced? I mean,
Well, because but you're right from the very beginning. This is what it really is. And you said it right from the beginning. You can't buy a house with student loan debt. That's impossible.
yeah, you really
Okay,
can't.
you can't do that. According to mathematics, you cannot buy a house when you have student loan debt. He did. I'm not saying he's totally wrong, but he did it wrong. Yes, because that's impossible according to the laws of mathematics, right? But at
Right.
the same time, he paid off a house, but he doesn't have the mindset to pay off his student loans.
Yeah, it's like I think they all believe. I think many people do believe that that Joe Biden is really going to cancel their student loans. I think that's why they saying that too.
Correct. Did you ask him that? Did you talk to him and say, "Hey, man, you think Biden's going to forgive student loans?" Or how is he talking?
Oh, he's talking like that. Like I mentioned that to him, and he actually believes that.
That they're
Because
going to forgive? Oh, okay.
yeah, they're gonna forgive the whole thing. Even my ex, that's my phone. So that's even my ex-wife believes that. That's why it's like
She still believes that now?
Mhm.
Wow. Yeah, they do. They believe it. That's a trick too. That's part of the program too. They just say it, even though they're never going to do it.
Yeah,
They're
because
never
I was just
forgiving
at
student
work,
loans.
just like no, pretty much not. I don't see. I would never think control over them, and I don't see an entity like the government giving that up.
Well, no. Well, we know that's how to create slaves. So they're never going to. That would be releasing slaves. They're not going to release slaves.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're not. They're not. And even with
no,
with
not
this
at
more
all.
with this like this right now, they should be paying off student loans right now. They should be going hard. But the majority of slaves think, since they're not requiring student loan payments, they have more money now at the end of the month to spend on other shit.
Yep, that's exactly how they think.
Yep. Yep.
That's that's why I stood free and clear of all that stuff as best as I could, and just staying out of trouble with it. Cause yeah, once you get in, it's like hard to get out, but it takes sacrifice.
Next time you talk to your friend, ask him how long has he had his student loans, and does he ever plan on paying them off? That's what I would ask him.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him that definitely when I see him, because he drives trucks for the company that I work at. So when I see him again, I definitely ask, because I know one of my co-workers who got a what's the HFA, one of them home mortgages, the one
FHA mortgage.
yeah, she got one of those, and she was like, her mortgage is well, she lives in a small country area. I think her mortgage was like $207,000. And she's like, and she told me this. She said she had a good deal, and I just looked at her again, confused as the next person. Like, How did you get a good deal? You do realize you negative $207,000.
They don't, because they can't. Well, see how you said that?
Yeah,
Because they can't see negative numbers. You can. They don't know that they're negative. That's why you always hear that argument. Oh, why stop wasting money on rent? The rent, no, the rent's same as the mortgage. No, it's not. You're $300,000 in debt, and I'm not. I'm $1,000 a month for rent. I'm not. No, I'm ahead of you.
yeah, by leagues. Yeah,
Yeah, by
you way ahead.
299,000.
Yes, you are. And I had
Mhm.
coworkers tell me that same line. They was like, "Well, I'm just tired of paying rent. I'm tired of throwing my money away." So I went and got a mortgage. I'm like, "Oh, yeah,
They
yeah,
don't know what they're saying. What they're really saying is that I'm tired of giving my money away to my landlord. I want to give it to the bank instead.
I, I don't know. The banks did a good job. I guess like the way the bank building looks convinced them of that. The
Oh yeah,
bank.
that's centuries. That's centuries in the making. All right, they've been at this for centuries. They got this
Yeah,
down. They know the only difference between the wealthy and the non-wealthy, negative numbers. The wealthy can see negative numbers. That's it. That's the only difference.
like you said, it's a superpower. One,
It's a
it's like
superpower.
it really is. Cause I was just looking dumbfounded almost all this week when I just be at work by myself, doing my job. I'd be like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me that you gotta give up 5 days out of the week to your employer? You get 2 days off, well, a day and a half, because you think about going back to work Monday, and you mean to tell me that you're going to work for 40 years to pay? Man, that disturbs me not be at work, man. It's just seeing
Well,
it in action.
that's what people have left to hang on with. Because have you ever noticed that slaves love to tell you how many years they've worked at a job? Oh, I've been
Yeah,
at this job 10, 15 years, 20 years, and everybody around, ooh, wow, what's so ooh and wow about that? 20 years at the same place? That's not impressive to me.
no, it's not. My
20,
grandmother,
20 years walking through the same door every single day? No, thank you. I don't want no parts of that.
my grandmother did that, and well, she regretted it. Like 5 years, even after she retired, she was like saying that, like, I worked at the hospital for 23 years as a food server. This is like
Mm,
even back during the 60s, and the funny thing is she never went through the front door. She would always go through the back door of the
mm,
hospital. And
mm.
and I asked her this like um like 2 years before she retired, and she was like, doing segregation and all that stuff, like
Right.
here, and she's like, it's just that she it was like that's what they told her to do. That's what they which then she just did it for 20 years straight. I was like,
Right.
and on her final day, she walked through the front door feeling proud. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, but they just, you know what? And it's a program, right? This
Yeah.
information that I'm sharing, you guys know this information I'm sharing with you guys, this is generational.
Yes.
You're gonna teach this to whatever family member that will listen,
Yeah.
or else it's gonna die with you. You don't want it to die with you.
No, I'm right now just getting ready to teach my son all of this. That's why I've been thinking, just my little boy. Like my little boy is going to be an adult.
Right,
It's
right.
like, and
Yeah.
his mom, when I went to pick up my son last
How old's your
weekend,
son, by the way? How old is he?
3 years old. I put in the
Oh
comment,
yeah, oh yeah. He's definitely gonna have this knowledge. Go ahead.
and my wife told me that she was being garnished because she owed on a credit card, and
Oh
she
shit.
and she looked at me like I needed help. But I had to remind her where, according to the divorce decree, you filed an uncontested divorce, meaning that, you go your way, I go my way. And this happened way after, the divorce was finalized. So it has nothing to do with me. You just got to find your way out.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm not,
How old is your ex-wife?
say that again.
How old is your ex-wife?
Oh, she's 40.
Okay. Oh, but she ain't woke up yet.
No, she woke up. No, this the one with the student loans. No, she ain't woke up yet.
Oh. Oh boy. She probably never will either.
No, most likely not.
Mm. Long as you get, hey man, long as you instill this in your 3-year-old son. I know my sons are adults now, but my girlfriend, she has an 8-year-old, right? I'm glad that I can give him this information.
Yeah.
I'm
That
just happy that I can give it to him and be like, hey, this is what you do, man. Don't follow your friends, don't finance cars and phones and clothes, don't do none of that, and you will be wealthy.
I still got the iPhone 7 paid off.
What is it up to now? I don't even follow that. Was it 12 now? It's up to
Yeah,
12, right?
12 Max.
12 Max. When's don't they come out with new iPhones every 9 months or something like that?
Yeah, it's like the latest camera features. That's what the difference of them. It's like the latest camera can take this many pixels versus the old one. That's
That's
really
the
yeah,
same
that's
shit every year. Same
pretty
shit
much.
every year. Every year.
They
Wow.
just they just make the camera lenses look bigger to trick you to
Right.
believe that you're getting some new.
Hey, it works.
Oh
It
yeah, it
works.
definitely works. I was thinking about that with a PlayStation 5. I was like, wait a minute, you sold 10 million units of a PlayStation 5. I know those parts does not cost thousands of dollars to make.
Oh man. Can you if they knew the cost, check this out. If they knew the cost of how much it really makes how much it costs to make an iPhone or a PlayStation, I bet you I probably about $50 maybe. They probably make that stuff for $50.
Yeah, like a semiconductor plant, like little pieces that goes together. Yeah, it's probably about $50.
Yeah. Oh, it's cheap. I mean, they're selling millions of phones. Can you imagine their cost? Oh
Mm.
man, it can barely. I bet you it's hardly nothing. It's probably less than $50.
Oh, easy. And
And then
one more thing.
go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm not gonna try to take up too much of your time, but it's something you said that happened in front of me. It was I was at work and they was like on you ever watch ESP like Sports Center on ESPN, right? And they should always show you how much this player new contract signing, how many $1 million he gets per
Right.
year,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I had 5 of my coworkers stood in front of the TV. They was like, "No, man, he should be at least getting $85 million a year." And that's when they said that. That's when I thought about in my mind. Well, I be damn. AJ was right again. I mean, LJ. I said AJ. LJ
Right.
was right about that
Right.
again. Cause
Talk about other people's money. Ain't that crazy?
that is crazy.
But now, he deserves more. You just want to turn to him and say, you think one person deserves $80 million a year to throw a football? Oh my goodness. And you agree with that? Oh man. It's
I just
crazy.
I stood in disbelief watching it all unfold in front of me. I was like, well, I be damn, this man
Hey,
was right.
congratulations to the NFL. Can you imagine if they can pay one person that much money? Can you imagine what the owners are making? Oh my God.
That's what came through my mind. I was like, yeah, they never will release how much the owners make.
Of course not. Oh, they don't want it. I bet you it's in the trillions. It's probably with a T. I'm sure it's
Oh
in a
yeah,
T.
yeah. When I went to Charlotte and I found out that Bank of America owned the Carolina Panthers, I was like, oh man, no wonder.
I did not know that.
Yeah, like Bank of America Field. It's like they got all the football bills is basically owned by banks.
Congratulations to them. Hey man,
Yeah,
congratulations. If you can convince people to pay $300 for a shirt because somebody's name is on the back of it, charge $8 for one hot dog, $5, $6 for a large pop. You know what I'm saying? That's just bread. That's just bread.
I mean, I got to give it to banks. I just got nothing but bad respect for them.
Add respect. Hey man, I can't do nothing but I can't do respect the NBA, the NFL, the baseball league. They are making bread.
Yes, they are, man. It's just crazy.
Congratulations to them.
Yep. Can't get mad.
Can't get mad at them. Can't get mad. I would love to be able to sit in a room and just talk to those guys. And I don't want to know how much money you make. I just want to hear you speak about let me just hear you talk. That's all I want to hear. I'll be quiet.
Well, I did. Well, I could tell you this: when I was at Amazon at Chester, I did met Jeff Bezos,
Okay.
and he was like, he goes to each facility. This is before he retired as the CEO, before he
Mm-hmm.
started going to the moon, like going
Mm-hmm.
out of space.
Right.
And it's just amazing to see his work ethic in person. It was just he was doing the same thing I was doing, which is picking. He does that from time to time. And I
Mm-hmm.
noticed the way he talks, he was like he was way ahead of me in terms of thinking.
Yeah.
It's like it's like it was amazing just to see him in person, like the way he explained things. I was like, what the hell am I doing?
If I ever get a chance to, if I ever get a chance to get the mic and say something to him, that's what I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna say, Jeff, guess what? I can see negative numbers. I guarantee he'll understand what I'm saying if I said that to him. Guaranteed
Yeah,
he'll understand that.
absolutely. And I couldn't see it at the time, so that's why I didn't even understand half the stuff he was talking about,
Right.
like at meetings and stuff when they go over numbers and everything. But
Mm.
yeah, wow. But yeah, I'm,
Mm.
I'm just telling you, man, the debt matrix is real. The matrix is real out here.
It's real.
That's
All
right.
right, sir. I
All right,
appreciate it, man.
no problem. Oh,
Thank you.
tomorrow. Now I was gonna say tomorrow I'm buying your shirt.
Oh, okay, cool. Which one you gonna get?
I'm gonna get if it doesn't make mathematical sense, it can't make financial sense.
Okay,
That's the
okay.
that's the
All
one
right,
that sticks
cool.
with me the most. All right, then. Have a good one.
All right, thank you, sir.
No problem. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, what put hey Lee says the banks own damn near everything. They are too big to fall. This is the bigger picture, Lee. The economy could not function without banks. Slaves don't have any money, no currency at all. Money, cash, gold, silver, euro, sterling pounds, the Japanese yen, none of that exists for slaves. None of it. The economy could not function without without banks' help. You think the banks, slaves couldn't function without credit cards? If they just said we're cutting off all credit cards, the whole economy would collapse. Because the slaves don't know they don't have any money. They could not exist without credit cards. They could not. Could not. Slaves, the bigger picture is this: the slaves could not function without banks. Slaves can't be, you can't leave slaves alone to wander around. They would destroy everything. They don't know they don't know money doesn't exist for them. They don't know that. Without banks, none of this could exist. I totally understand it. I totally get it. Totally understand that this none of this could function without banks. This is why when you see the central banks in different cities, go look at the building. Just go drive by and take a picture of it. Those central bank buildings demand respect. Have you ever been inside of a central bank building? I haven't. I've never. I don't even. Can you even go in them? Can regular people go into central bank buildings? I don't know. I've never tried. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look. Do they have central bank tours? I don't know. I'm gonna go look. You can ask anybody you know. First of all, do they even? You can ask anybody. Do you even know what a central bank is? Half the people don't even know what ask them about a central bank. They don't even know what that means. What is that? What's the central bank? What's that? Will you cash your checks there? No, you don't. You don't cash your checks at this bank. Any questions? You tired of living paycheck to paycheck? Even paycheck to paycheck is now an old term. You guys and slaves are not even making it to paycheck to pay. You guys are not even making it. That's why they're coming out with the earning app, Afterpay, but all these stupid names that they make up. You guys should be embarrassed. These guys they're taking full advantage of your non-ability to see negative numbers. They're taking full advantage of you. It's your fault. Payday loan places. If you got a car loan, you don't know what your interest rate is. They're taking advantage of you. Exactly. Central bank. They don't even understand interest rates. You guys don't even. When I be coming on some of these finance channels on YouTube, man, I just be like, you guys don't, if you don't even know how much debt you're in, you don't understand interest rates. You don't understand what's going on in the stock market. You don't know any of that. I promise you. The economy, in order to be a part of the economy, you got to first know the economy of yourself. You can't save money on taxes when you're in debt. You can't do that. Exactly. Now I can see where I can invest. It's really easy. It's really easy to see once you get out of debt. Why can you see it so easy? Because you could see all the things that slaves are investing in with money that doesn't exist. You guys don't know you can't invest money that doesn't exist. Now I know you come to this channel and you're like, what do you mean the stock market doesn't exist? What do you mean gold and silver doesn't exist? The reason why you don't know it exists because you can't see negative numbers. That's why. Here, I'm gonna give you guys an example so you can see, okay? So you can understand. So say like you had $5,000 to invest into AMC, okay? When it was hot or whatever you guys think is hot, right? And when it was hot, right? But you had $50,000 in student loan debt. Now, because a lot of you guys did this. So this is what I want you to do. Open up your calculator. I want you to put in 5,000 minus 50,000 and hit equal. Now, I want you to look at the calculator, but at the same time, I want you to listen to my voice. The reason why you thought you invested in AMC, the reason why you thought you invested $5,000 in AMC is because you can't see negative numbers. That's why you thought you invested in AMC, because you can't see negative numbers. Look at the calculator. That's how much money you had to invest in AMC. But since you can't see negative numbers, that's why you believe you invested in AMC. You get it? Now, times you by millions of people that think the same way you do. All of those people are investing in the stock market with money that doesn't exist. That's why the stock market doesn't exist. For you. Not for me. People like me that can see negative numbers, they invest in the stock market, but it's a different stock market than you. Digital currency ain't going to save you, slaves. It sure ain't. That's just made up. Cryptocurrency doesn't exist, slaves. Cryptocurrency been here for years. It's called credit. Credit and cryptocurrency are the same. Can you hold credit in your hand? What a coincidence. You can't hold cryptocurrency in your hand either, but you still believe it's real. You got to stop it, slaves. You got to stop it. If you ever want to be free, you got to stop it. How do you stop it? Right here. I give you the ability to see negative numbers. That's what you learn here at the SMD. Right here. That's the answer. Exactly, Nick. No slave splaining. The majority are negative net worth. They don't know it because they can't see negative numbers. They don't know what negative net. Slaves, you guys don't know money is positive and negative. I'm gonna give you another example, slaves, so you guys can understand. What do you mean, positive or negative? So say like this. Say like you had $20 in your hand. Okay. Now I want you to open up the calculator. I want you to put in 20 minus your car payment and hit equal. Okay. Now, according to the calculator, do you have a positive $20 in your hand or do you have a negative $20 in your hand? Negative $20. The $20 doesn't exist. And the reason why you don't know that is because you can't see negative numbers. That's why you think you have a positive 20. Because I know you're thinking, wait a minute, I can feel it and touch it and see it and smell it. Yeah, that has nothing to do with if it's negative or positive. You have negative $20 in your hand. Is anything you want it to be, positive or negative? Gilbert says, man, do you guys understand how much money people are actually wealthy? It's now that I could see negative numbers, when I think about wealthy people right now, it's mind blowing. I remember when I went to North Carolina and I went to the what is that, Berkshire Estates, Brookshire Estates, starts with a B, right? I guess a big family, right? So I took a tour on the estates. And as I'm taking a tour, you're walking through their house. Now, this is a house years ago, like maybe it's almost a century, maybe, I don't know. But I walked in there. They had a fireplace in this house. I could walk in the fireplace standing up. There's a fireplace in this mansion that I could physically walk into it without bending down into their fireplace. I've never seen a fireplace like that in my life. I'm not even saying that I want one. I'm saying I've never seen one before in my life that I could walk into the fireplace. Can you believe that there's people out there with houses that you could physically walk into their fireplace? That's ridiculous money. That's the kind of money that you don't think about money anymore. That's that kind of money. Money's not an object. I mean, money is not it's nothing. I've never seen nothing like that in my life before, ever. I've never seen that. And I thought, and when I went on this tour, I wasn't in the debt matrix. So I didn't have the mindset that I had today. Today, if I walked through there, I would look at everything totally different. But I was thinking to myself, man, what kind of money is that where you can walk into a fireplace? But now, they're selling people, they're clearing a acre of land and putting 100 houses on it, and people think they're homeowners. You're not homeowner slaves. Those are just separate apartments. Those are just very big apartments. If you live in one of those neighborhoods with homeowner association dues, and you got a crew of people that can tell you what you can and cannot do to your house, you can't paint it, can't do the door, you got to cut the grass, else you're gonna get that's not it. I'm already picturing my place. It's going to have a very, very long driveway, and the house is going to be way into the very back, to where you might need binoculars to see it from the gate. Any other questions? Now, SavingsMinusDebt.com is if you want a consultation. Here's where you buy the shirts. If you want a shirt, shout out to to Robert getting about to pick up a shirt tomorrow. Appreciate that. Please let me know how it go. And those of you that have purchased shirts, if you guys have some stories to share, please share the stories. Because I've had one person say something to me about my shirt. Nice shirt. That's it. Every other look is a puzzled look. They want to ask something. Maybe they don't know what question to ask. Maybe it's very confusing to slaves. I don't know. Uh-oh. What's Andre down there talking about? When are they talking about lockdowns? I haven't heard any. Well, I don't pay attention to the news, so I don't know. When they talking about lockdowns? Sal says, another lockdown is coming. I need that low-key spot too. In my debt, an alley away keeps us. An alley away keeps a slave away. Sal's is hardcore, man. Hardcore. No mercy for slaves, especially the ignorant ones that refuse to accept that they're slaves. No mercy. No mercy for slaves. I mean, but Sals, you can't treat slaves too. We need slaves. Slaves are important. Slaves are very important. We need slaves. None of this could work without slaves. None of it. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you guys, man. I absolutely love what I do. Absolutely love it. There's nothing else on earth I'd rather do than helping people get out of debt. Helping people see negative numbers, become free. Andre says it's obvious, LJ, just use your calculator. Yeah. Sounds so simple, doesn't it? Just think somebody sat down, a family sat down at the table and said, hey man, how can we create a financial system, make it so simple that nobody believes it? How do we do that? Somebody came up with that. Somebody said, I got it. What you got? The ability to see negative numbers. Just don't teach slaves about negative numbers and they will never know. That's it. What do you mean? What do you mean? They can't see negative numbers. Create some paper. This will be the money. And then every time they have paper, they will always think positive numbers. They will never think negative numbers ever. Perfect. I like that. He says, I love having options in my life. Going to wine seminar tonight. Nice. Gabriel says, my crib is going to be 5 gates. 5 gates. You know what? Down here in South Carolina, I drive past, there's quite a few areas here, but I love going past the homes with the big gates and the big gate in the front that's electric, that opens with the initial. Hey man, that's what's going to be on mine. I don't know if it's going to be SMD on the gate or is it going to be my initials on the gate. I don't know yet, but I'm going to have a gate and I'm going to have a long driveway and there's going to be trees lined along the driveway. And then when holidays come, there's going to be lights on those trees. For some reason, that's what I've always wanted. That's what I want to have. All I gotta do is just picture it in my head. I've been practicing my stage presence for years. I already know what I'm going to do up on stage. I already know how I'm going to interact with the audience. It's already planned in my head. Everything. I just needed the exact formula, and I have it now. The ability to see negative numbers. Now that I understand this, there's nothing that's going to stop me now. Nothing. I'm surprised you chose SC State over the West Coast State. Well, I grew up in Seattle. So I've been in Seattle all my life. So I've been in West Coast all my life. I like sun. I love the wonderful weather every day. I love the warm weather. Love it. It could rain here and still be warm outside. In Seattle, when it rains, it's usually cold. I don't really have a favorite restaurant. I'm not a food person like that, so I don't really have a favorite restaurant, but I do like Captain George. It's a seafood buffet. I don't really go there that much because I don't really eat at buffets like that. But when I do, it's because they got good seafood there. So I go there and tear that seafood up. and get my feel. I probably go there. Me and my wife, me and my girl, we probably go there every once a month, once every 2 months. We don't go there that often, but it's a nice to go there and just tear it up. Living by the beach is what I'm focused. Yeah, I love living by the beach. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not just because I'm I'm not saying that I'm a beach water person, but I do. When I get in my car, sometimes I'll go somewhere and I just want to go drive by the beach. And it's just nice that it's just down the street. I love living in a vacation city. Everybody comes here to get away from the place they don't want to be. They come here to vacation. I love it. Love it. Just what last month I hooked up with Andre. I mean not Andre, but Antoine. He came down vacation. We met up, had lunch. You guys saw the pictures. Markets down, massive stimulus, public suffering, the tool to get compliance. I love living. I love living here. I ain't gonna lie, I do. I love living here. Love it here. And it's a lot of, it's locals and retirees. So I mean, everything is you got to make sure if you live in a retiree place, you got to be patient when you drive, because there's a lot of older people and they drive slow, which I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I'm never in a rush, so I don't really. When I come across a person, an older person driving in front of me and they're driving slow, I don't really care. I'm not in the rush to get anywhere, so. Oh, it is nice here, Sal's. It's definitely nice here. I love it. I mean, just the name itself, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, just the name just says, wow, okay, I'd be interested in going there. LJ, what's your email address? We will keep, okay, SavingsMinusDebt at Gmail. So let me put it up here, right there. There's the email address. I think 2022 is going to be my year, man. 2022, S&D is going to explode for some reason in 2022. We're going to wrap this year up. I'm still waiting to see what's going to happen with all this stuff happening, but I don't really pay attention to the news. I really don't. I mean, Andre sends me some articles. A couple of other you guys send me some links. Send me the stuff that I need to probably know about. But other than that, I don't pay attention to regular news, because they just send you everywhere, right? They'll have you panicking over everything. You have a cough. Oh my God, is that corona? No, it's just a cold. Okay, it's just a cold. Cold's been happening for years. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Invest in public storage. You better believe it. That's where the money's at right now. Because you got to remember, slaves, even though they're going to lose their houses and stuff, they're still not going to want to get rid of their stuff. Slaves just do not want to get rid of the stuff that got them in the position in the first place. That's why public storage places are popping up all over the place. Have you noticed that? They're preparing for all the people to get kicked out. They're not going to want to let go of their stuff. Then they're going to move it to public storage. And then when public storage, hey man, start doing with those public storage wars places. Public storage, like the storage wars, that show it's already been on for years, but it's about to explode, because people are not going to be able to pay their storage fees, and then they're going to lose all their shit anyway. They're just prolonging the inevitable. You're right, Nick. 2022 is going to be my year. Believe that. You're probably thinking, a lot of people like, what does that mean? Because the root of 2022 is 6. Look it up. I agree, LJ. They won't be able to avoid you then. No, they won't. Can you imagine when I'm up on a stage, you guys, and I tell them I have a gift? What's your gift? The ability to see negative numbers. It's gonna blow their fucking minds. They're gonna be like, what? Nobody. I keep repeating this. Nobody I've never heard anybody in my life say, I have the ability to see negative numbers. I've never heard that. What'd you say, Andre? And the Bed Bath and Beyond for the new slaves. Okay. What does that mean? You mean when they're preparing to buy the new houses and stuff like that? I never invested in stock. Which apps? I don't really know anything about that. The only thing I'm invested in is in myself. So 1 second, you guys. I got to blow my nose here. 1 second here. All right, I'm back here. Facts, they placing storage units everywhere. Yeah, see, I know it's like before I really paid attention to it down here in South Carolina. I swear, man, I was driving down the freeway. You see a bunch of trees. Next thing you know, you drive down the freeway the next day, it's cleared. Next thing you know, a week or two, a month later, a storage facility. I mean, listen, these are not just the regular storage facilities back in the day. You walk in, you raise up a garage door type of stuff, and then you stick. No, these storage places are heated, air conditioner, 5 levels, walk in, drive in. I mean, these storage facilities are fancy. You think how much you think they're charging for those places? Man, they're charging a premium. And can you imagine half of the people that put I guarantee you 80% of the people that put their stuff in storage facilities are going to lose it. They're not going to be able to keep up with the payments, and then they're going to lose it. And then if you're a person that's into like storage wars type of thing, man, you're going to make a killing. It's coming. They probably I bet you these storage facilities, they're probably just going to start doing it themselves somehow, come up with some kind of auction, something. Somebody's already on it. Believe that. Storage Wars is already kind of giving you an idea of it. Heat 777 TD Ameritrade best stock. Okay. All right. That's true. You're right. Oh, you know, hey, Andre, check this out. This is what I've been noticing too, Andre. This is what I've been noticing down here in South Carolina. I'm noticing that grocery stores are now building they're building their stores damn near inside the housing community areas. Because you know how they build a whole bunch they'll clear out land, put about 50 to 100 houses on there. I'm noticing the grocery stores here, they're building the grocery stores within the neighborhoods to where people can damn near walk to the grocery stores. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a big pattern of that right now. Big pattern. They're making the stores closer to the neighborhoods. So say like this and that move alone has to cut into Costco's profits. They have to cut into Costco's profit, because if they can just say there's a grocery store right around the corner that they can damn near walk, they're going to say, okay, forget it. I don't feel like going to Costco right now. I can just go around the corner and get my stuff from the store. Brilliant plan. Brilliant. Yes, you're right. Because they built it like, and I never really heard of Food Lion until I came to down south. All right, first I had to get used to the name Food Lion. Where you come up with that name, Food Lion? But anyway, but now once you get used to it, okay, it's just Food Lion, right? They made the stores, like if you look at the aerial view of the store, it looks like the top of a house. They're designing the stores to look like a very big house, a community, almost like a community store. All of them are starting to look like that. Brilliant. And this what also I noticed too. I noticed like and this is when the wealthy obviously communicate with each other. It just is what it is. That's just how it works, period. I'm not offended by it or anything, right? Like down here, they got Aldi's. They got all these grocery stores, right? Well, in this one area, they cleared all the land. And then all of a sudden, Aldi's came in and put an Aldi's right here in the middle of nowhere. It looks like it's off the freeway. It's by itself. And now for the average person, when I saw it, I was like, why would you put a Aldi's way over here by itself? 5 to 10 years later, a whole neighborhood is built around the Aldi's. You think that was an accident? That's not an accident. Now they have a Aldi's in the middle of a ginormous, newly developed housing complex. Brilliant. Freaking brilliant, man. Yep. And they don't want to own vehicles. Perfect. They had a walkway. They had a walkway that leaded from the store to the neighborhood. People walking around the neighborhood and walk up to the store. That's all. Hey, our store is dog friendly. Yeah, bring your pets. Come on in. I'm still against animals inside of grocery stores, but hey, that's neither here nor there. Oh man. That is the purpose of Opportunity Zone, turning commercial properties into mixed-use living areas. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely. I was like, wait a minute. Here's one. All these is doing. Have you guys noticed this? Have you guys also noticed this? You see how many businesses are getting into the grocery bit. I walked into Dollar General the other day. Okay, Dollar General. There's a whole grocery section up in there. You mean I can go grocery shopping at Dollar General? You sure can. Sure can. Grocery shopping at Dollar General. They have everything damn near a grocery store has. Transportation will be a utility for most. Man, it's just absolutely fantastic. Would you say Enigma? Enigma says in Pittsburgh, they have grocery stores within a neighborhood called the Giant Eagle. See what I'm saying? They're putting the grocery stores inside. Now, Costco's like, I bet you Costco's like, uh-oh. Because they know people are lazy by default. If they don't have to do something extra, they're not going to. That's why food is being delivered. Can you imagine if they listen, imagine this. Imagine, because Food Line, they deliver food now. They have to, right? Imagine how fast you would get your food if you had a Food Line right in your community. You don't even have to walk to go get it. They could get you your groceries within an hour. Can you imagine? Imagine how much they're going to charge. Sorry, they're doing some yard work. Hold on. Imagine how fast they can get you your groceries in under an hour if you live within the neighborhood of a Food Line. You mean you don't even have to get up and go get it? Nope, sure don't even have to go get it. You're gonna think twice about going to Costco. Costco's got to be going, gulp. Uh-oh. We didn't see that coming. I know you didn't see that coming. Yes, they are. Tesla's. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a Tesla. Believe that. I'm gonna have a house first before I get a Tesla. But I'm just saying, in the future, I'm gonna have a Tesla for sure. You know what? And it's not. It's a few things because I like Teslas. Number one. Number two. I would no longer be under the control of gasoline. For some reason, like when you become free, you just try to remove everything that could possibly have even the inkling, the smallest amount of control over you. All right. You just remove it all. I mean, once I get that, I don't have to worry about gas prices no more. Sure don't. Nope. And I will have a supercharger at home too, because people with Teslas, with finance Teslas, they don't know that they're trading the time in their life for gasoline. That's what you're really doing. You really don't understand that, but If you're sitting at a charging station for an hour to charge your car, you're trading time for gas. Now you got to sit at a place for an hour and you can't do nothing about it but sit there and wait. No, thank you. I'm not doing none of that either. Until I can afford a supercharger at home, I'm not buying a Tesla. Wait in line with a whole bunch of other slaves that finance. I'm not going to wait in a line with a whole bunch of people that finance Teslas waiting on them to get finished. I'm not doing none of that. No, sir. Not doing none of that. I don't want anybody. And when I get my Tesla, I'm going to make sure nobody's mixing me up with a Tesla slave. Okay. I'm going to make sure I'm not a slave. I might even get a bumper sticker. My Tesla's paid for or something. I don't know. I might get an SMD bumper sticker. Only Tesla's paid and bought in cash or save on gas. I'm gonna put that on my bumper, so everybody knows that I'm not the same as you. Okay, yeah, we might both got Teslas, but I'm not the same as you. Would you say, Andre, middle class will no longer exist? They don't exist now, Andre. They just think they do. Oh, that's the first time you heard a Food Lion, Nick? Is that what you mean? Millennials are traumatized by the GFC. They don't want to own anything that can be taken away from them. Personally own nothing. After seeing the parents lose their homes, they don't trust government or capitalism. They would if they could see negative numbers. If they could see negative numbers, they would trust capitalism. Slaves are done. Most are sleeping. Yeah, they all sleep. Living the American dream, Sal's. They tell you right from the beginning, hey, you want to live the American dream? Yeah, okay. They sign right up. Bought in cash, saving on gas. I'm definitely getting a bumper sticker so they know my Tesla is different than everybody else's Tesla. And by the time I'm ready to even buy a Tesla, something else might be coming out way better than Tesla. I don't know. I'm just saying Tesla because I just think he's number one right now. So your plan is obvious. Return 99 cents to what's that? Surf. See, Andre always got me looking up words, man. Surf dumb. See, now I gotta look it up. That's cool though. Hey man, I'm quick to say I don't know the definition or pronounce of words. SERDOM. Serfdom. The state of being a serf or feudal labor. Serfdom. What was that word Andre told me the other day? God, what was that? Judixum? It's JUDX something I had to look up. All right. The state of being a serf or feudal laborer. Serfdom. Andre think he's all big and bad because he used big words and all that stuff. Juxtapose. That's right. Juxtapose. How many of you guys know that word? Juxtapose. I had to look that up. Juxtapose. How many people out there using that word? Not many. You start working that into your vocabulary. If you can remember it. Juxtapose. Hey, juxtapose serfdom. Hey, man, you speaking English? Yeah, that's English. Yeah, that's English. See, even though I still don't remember the definition of it, I'm gonna look it up right now. Because you gotta use it every day. Juxtapose. Else you're gonna lose it, right? You're gonna lose it. All right.
Juxtapose.
Place or deal with clothes together for contrasting effect. Oh, okay. Black and white photos of slums were starkly juxtapose with color. Okay, so the comparison, contrasting two things together. Got it. Okay. Juxtapose. See? Yeah, man. Now I gotta, I gotta put it together in a sentence. I gotta start over from grade school, man. I can't just throw a word, because Andre will send me an email and then he'll throw in some big words. But in order for me to understand the whole statement, I have to define that word that he put in there. Because what I used to do when I was younger, I used to read statements and then I would come across a word that I didn't know the definition of it, but I would keep on reading. But if you don't know the meaning of the word, you might as well forget the rest of the statement. Look at Gabriel throwing in there. Too much serfdom is bad. Is bad. They might revolt. What? Is that Spanish? No entiendes. No entiendes, Gabriel. You'd be like, what? That's not Spanish. What is it? It's English. Oh, okay. All right. What about juxtapose? Is that Spanish? No, that's English too. Hey man, only a SMD, man. Only a SMD. We can speak English and it sound like another language. Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna start. Hey man, I'm gonna start using. I think when I'm on the panels, I'm gonna get juxtaposed down. I'm gonna get it really, really down, using it in a sentence, and I'm gonna start doing that stuff in on panels. You guys are gonna find me using juxtapose. I'm gonna see what their responses are. Juxtapose, serfdom. Start studying some examples. Oh, you think you're all smart and everything? Who you been talking to, Andre? How you know him? How you know him? He's the one I seen in that picture in those Crocs, looking at the closet sign. That's him. Arbitrage. Now, I've heard that word more. Let me see. Arbitrage. I have heard arbitrage more, though, but I still got to look up the definition. I never, now the person I am today, when I come across a word and somebody says a word I don't know, I'll say, I don't know what that word means. I just don't pretend like I know what it is. Because I've been finding people that use words like that, not use words like that, but you use big words that people don't hardly use every day. They will respect you more if you say, I don't know what that means, instead of trying to pretending that you know what the word means, right? That's the obvious one. The simultaneous buying and selling of securities, currency, or commodities in different markets or in derivative forms in order to take advantage of differing prices for the same asset. Love it. Love it. Love learning, man. Love learning. I'll tell you in a minute. I don't know what the word is and I don't know how to spell it, but I will. I will be talking about arbitrage with the micro college participants. Okay, what is Gabriel saying? LJ Thomas Swowell, Andre equal Milton Freeman. See, I got to look these people's names up. I don't even know. The fact that you don't pretend to know is the only reason you get my time. I know. People what's so crazy, Andre? And you know me, man. I always make sure I let Andre know I appreciate him. Always. Because you know how many people do that? Including myself. When I was in the debt matrix, I did that a lot. Okay. Pretend to know words, pretend to know the meaning of the words. And when you don't, I didn't realize that there are people out there that pick up on that. Because like that's me now. If I hear somebody just start talking and pretending like they know something, I'm like, oh, okay, you're just talking. All right, you don't really want to know, because you have to drop your ego and say, I don't know what that means. Especially if you got a phone in your hand, you can look up when you guys are throwing these words in here. I got a phone in my hand that I could say, define this word. Oh, okay, you're not going to immediately remember the definition of the word. You probably won't even remember first, because first I have to learn how to say it first. And this is important too. And this is what I do all the time now. First, I look up the word, because I have to know how many syllables are in the word, so I'll know how to pronounce it right. Because if I don't know how many syllables are in the word, of course I'm going to pronounce it wrong right off the bat. Oh, if you're saying a word that has 3 syllables or 4 syllables in it, but you're saying it with 2 syllables, that's saying a lot. You probably don't know how to spell it. You don't know that if you don't take the time to understand that. And then you know how under the word they kind of spell it, like they'll have if you look up a definition of a word, right, they'll show you how to spell it. It's broken up in syllables, but under the word they have it spelled a different way of more of how it's pronounced. I even look at that too. Oh, that's how you say it. This is how many syllables is in it. This is what it means. And then you go from there, and then you start working it into your vocabulary. It's basically buying low and reselling higher, flipping cars, houses. Okay. All right. So just basically making a profit of buying cheap. Basically, what this is my definition of it. Buy low from slaves with cash and sell it at market price. See, slaves don't even know that. Blue book value of cars only applies when I sell, never when I buy. I don't care the blue book value of a car if I'm buying a car. I don't care. That's not my problem. But when I sell, yeah, it's okay, cool. But when I buy, no, because I buy from slaves. There's a blue book for everybody else that they can look up online. And then there's a blue book for people that understand money that can see negative numbers. There's a different blue book. This one's not printed though. This blue book is not printed. This is for slaves that will sell anything because they're desperate. They don't care. Uh-oh, here we go, another one. Let's see, I got to look it up. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it, so I'm going to look it up. Okay, let's see. E.T. This is for the people that think I'm an arrogant asshole. Hey, but see, I'm normal. I'm a regular person too. Look, I don't know everything. E.T. M-O-L-O-G-Y. Okay. Etymology. At 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 syllables. Etymology. The study of the origin of words and the way in which their meanings have. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, gotcha. All right. The study of origin of words and the way in which their meanings have changed throughout history. Got it. Etymology. Uh-oh, what's Andre saying here? English is 70% borrowed. From who? The Romans? Borrowed from who? That's why I was listening the other day. I was listening to one of my spiritual things, and the word spelling, spell. They was like words, spelling under a spell. Thank you. I appreciate it. Because a lot of people, they misunderstand me. Lesson Burn. They misunderstand me. They think I'm not humble. I'm just confident because now I see negative numbers. I want you guys to understand the ability to see negative numbers. That's a superpower. That means you can go to any economy as long as it's capitalist. You don't care. Now I look at like the symbols, the symbols of I I just I look at like the dollar sign is the American, the yen, the euro symbol, the symbol for the pound sterling. That, you know what, how I look at that now? Oh, this is how we do things here. This is the money we use here. That's all. That's the only difference. I don't care the exchange rate. I mean, that's different. I'm just saying something. As long as the economy run by not run by slaves, but the majority of people are slaves, I don't care. You can like you can I can move to the UK and it wouldn't matter to me because all I need to know is negative numbers. I could be rich over in the UK too. Anywhere, it doesn't matter. As long as it's the same type of economy like the US, as long as the majority are slaves. Latin, okay. Many other languages. Yes, words are living with things. Yeah, and back to lessons. People, I have no problem telling people, and this is, I had to learn this though. Don't get me wrong, because society, this is, and this was so crazy about society, which I think is part of the plan too. For the longest, society will make you feel like you're dumb if you pull out a calculator. If you need a calculator to add up something and you do it in front of people, how many times have people said, oh my God, you need a calculator to add up? That's so easy. No, that isn't it obvious that millions of people don't use calculators? Millions. That's why we're trillions of dollars in debt, student loan debt, because people don't use calculators. Same thing with car trillions of dollars in car debt because people don't use calculators. I'll pull out a calculator at the table, adding up a tip, a 15% tip. I'll pull out the calculator in a minute. I don't care who's looking. People will kind of give you that look. I don't care how you looking. So what? Why would I use my brain power when I could just pop open this handy calculator that came with my phone? Imagine how many people don't use the calculator app on their phone. Look up a word. Yeah, I've never heard that word. I have no idea the syllables, how to pronounce it. So I'm not going to make a fool of myself pretending like I do. Because people like Andre are everywhere. I mean, not everywhere, but they're around sporadically. I'm not going to look like an idiot. When somebody says, like for example, if I'm writing something, like say like I'll write something on the community area in the YouTube and I spell a word wrong, people will tell me, hey man, you spelled the word wrong. Thank you. Why am I going to get mad? Get mad at somebody telling me that I spelled a word wrong. They're trying to help me. They're not trying to spelling police. What do they call people like that? The spelling police or the grammar. No, they're helping you. They are helping you. I have not. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, words are living things with vibe. Yes, they are. It's just the sound of words, really. I think like I was this like when you think about learning another language, right? Your brain wants to, like, one of my goals is to learn full Spanish. Okay. I don't know why that is. It's just been a thing of mine. I just want to do it, right? But I've been doing it wrong. I've been trying to, when you think about Spanish words, you try to order them inside of like English words. But with Spanish, say like you see a red car. In English, we go, hey, look at the red car. But in Spanish, they say the car first and then the color after. But if you're trying to arrange that in your head, you're never going to. So now I just listen to the sounds of the words, how they say it, when they're going to say it. So sometimes I'll go to, if I go to, like, this will happen to me a couple times. I'll go to a Spanish restaurant, right? And then I'll pronounce a meal, but I'll say it in the correct sound. And when I say it in the correct sound, the Spanish waiter, they always ask me the same question. They'll say, do you speak Spanish? Because I pronounce the food that I'm ordering correctly. And I do that on purpose. You can know words value by using a calculator. Gematria. Interesting. I gotta look that up. You're making my phone get tired, Andre. It's getting tired of looking up these words. Gematria. Makes you wonder what Andre does in his spare time at home. What's he do?
Gematria.
See, I said gematria, right? Gematria. See, that's why I don't do that out. See how I did that? Now imagine you were out talking to somebody and somebody did that, and you said, "Oh, gematria," and you're like, and the person that gave you the word, they automatically know you don't know what it means because you don't even know how to pronounce it. Gematria. 4 syllables.
Gematria. Gematria.
Gematria. They're not even saying G. It's G.
Gematria.
Gematria. You see how I did that? Now imagine I'm reading an article and then I said gematria. The people that understand how it works, they're gonna click instantly, tune right out because they know I don't know what I'm talking about.
Gematria.
Gematria. Method of interpreting the Hebrew scriptures by computing the numerical value of words based on what the
Gematria.
Gematria. Hold up, I got to read this slowly. A kabbalistic method of interpreting the Hebrew sculptures by computing the numerical value of words based on those of their constituent letters. Gematria is an alphanumeric code of assigning a numerical value to a gematria. See, now I got to look this up. Another code. Andre, once you get in your spaceship and go somewhere else. Go. Don't you got some place else in the world you can go for like 5 minutes? My brain's hurting.
Gematria.
Gematria. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exactly. Magic. You're right, Greek surgeon. Gematria. I'm definitely looking that up. Changing numbers to letters. Let me save that. That looks like it's up my alley right here. I'm about to decode some stuff here. Save that. Gematria. Saving that. Yes, he did. Magic. It's magic. That's what I'm gonna say to the people when they look at the calculator and say the reason why you think you're a homeowner because you can't see negative numbers. They're gonna be like, I'm gonna say it's magic, spelled with a K. Facts. People get insulted by help, so they expect you to as well. Like, no, I'm being efficient. Yes. What's that say? SAVIBG time by using the calculator. Now, is that a word or is that did you miss? See, SAVIBG. Is that a misspelled word? You guys better not be playing with me now, man. Okay. Saving. Okay, you just misspelled word. See, now I'm paranoid. He meant to say saving time, but look now I'm paranoid. Is he throwing another word out there? See? Now I looked up the word. It's like, no, he meant saving. Okay, got it. See, Lesson, look what you're doing, Lesson. Now I'm looking up. Now you misspelled the word, Lesson. Now I think you're throwing it big. Oh man, that's funny. Hold on for a second. Okay, what you say, Andres? Get the book. Get the book English Gematria. No, I'm saying. See, I gotta practice this too, man.
Gematria.
Gematria. See, it's like it's basically it's damn near basically learning. Here we are. We so worried about learning other languages when the majority of people we don't even know how to speak our own language of English. We don't even know how to speak our own proper English. Gematria.
Gematria.
Gematria. Gematria. How many people you think know that word, gematria, and know what it means and know how to spell it, and know how many syllables is in it? Ain't that crazy? You can hear without them knowing, just like a negative numbers. All you got to do is listen to somebody pronounce a word. That alone will tell you so much without them even knowing it. Just listening to them pronounce a word. How many people out there are tuned into that? How many people that you think know that are tuned in to the syllables of each word, and then they listen to you speak, and you are pronouncing all kind of words, the wrong syllables, calling gematra, just like, hey man, get the book English Gematra, LJ. Now, if I said that, it's like, okay, you're not even bothering to look up to see what the word is. You obviously have never seen that word before. Obviously, if you say it like that, gematria, gematria. See, you had me paranoid, Lesson. You had me, you had me paranoid on a misspelled word. Okay. I'm like, oh shit, what's that saving? No, that's a spelling error, LJ. That's a spelling error. Okay. Don't trip. Gematria. Etymology. What is that? Okay.
Gematria.
Gematria. See, how would you like when you look at that word, and it doesn't even matter why, it just is, right? I would have never pronounced the G. I would have never pronounced the hard G. Gematria. See, I'm still saying it wrong. Gematria, not gematria. Gematria. See, this it takes practice. So don't be embarrassed. Like when you learn the word, try not to be embarrassed when you mess up or you forget the meaning, because you're not using this word every single day. So of course you're going to forget the pronunciation of it. All as long as you don't forget that you do need to look it up to see. See, right below it, it says gematria. It kind of tells you how to pronounce it. They in words below the actual word, which is I don't know what would that consider, what would that spelling underneath the word be considered? You know how they try to write it out how it'd be pronounced?
Gematria.
Gematria. Gematria. Gotcha. You're right, Andre. They do. They tell on themselves. So you guys are gonna when you guys see me on panels, you're gonna see me fully aware of that. Okay, you're gonna see me fully aware of that now. Syllables, pronunciation of words. If I don't know what a word is, you guys are going to hear me say, I don't know what that word means. I have to look up that word. I don't know what that means. Spelling errors throw off the math, LJ. Yeah. Gematria. Lesson says the best gematria, the best gematria book is called 911 to Coronavirus by Zach Hubbard. It decodes major events and names. I just learned, look, check this out. I just learned a word today. Gematria. I would have never in a million years had Lesson not even wrote this to look up a book. Oh, there's a book called Gematria. First of all, what's Gematria? You see what I'm saying? There's so much information out there. Just oh man. That's why And I tell you, most of you guys, I know you guys, most of you guys are not along this journey, especially if you're new. There's so much information out there that's in your face. And it has to come slow. If it comes too fast, it could literally make you go crazy. It has to come slow in pieces. This revelation of being able to see negative numbers, that had to come into a phase. That couldn't have, that I'm glad it came years later. I quit my job in 2016. I just learned the ability to see negative numbers in 2021. At least know what it's called, basically. His channel is called Gematria Effect News. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Is that it? Is that a YouTube channel, Lessons? Is that a YouTube channel? Let's see. My brain's starting to pulsate. My brain's starting to pulsate right now. And for you guys, let me explain this to you how this works, so you guys can. What do you say? Gematria Effect News. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I see. Okay, he's Gematria Effect News 22. I see. Okay. Here, let me I hope this is the one you're talking about. This is what I found. Is that the one you're talking about, Lessons? Okay. That's the one I found. Gematria. How many people you think are looking that up? Have you noticed, like, with the people that really understand how it really works, look at the subscriber base. They barely have any subscribers, just like this, just like my channel. That's on purpose. And that is clearly by design. That is clearly by design. I just subscribed to it. Lesson. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for sharing that with me, because I'm always open to. Oh, this is what I almost went off here. When you are along your journey and you humble yourself, the right people will take the time to show you things. Because the right people that understand how it works, as long as your mind is open enough to receive information, they're willing to share it with you. But if it's not, why would they bother even talking to you? People come along and they're like, whoa, this dude is humbled. Yeah, I see his videos. He's talking all kind of crazy shit, but he's a humble dude. Yeah, man. I know there's a lot that I don't know. I know there's a lot. I know there's way more. Hold on for a second, man. The people that understand how it works, it's like pieces of puzzles. Usually when you join, they share something with you. Believe it or not, you share something with them too. And then it helps both of you grow. The difference with me, I'm vocal. People that really understand how it works, they don't want to talk to you slaves. It's a waste of time. Time and time is the most valuable thing on earth. So why would they waste their time talking to you? If you don't even want to take the time, sorry, I'm coming over a cold, you guys. If you don't even want to take the time to even pronounce a word, like the word gematria. You see how I just screwed that word all the way up, just reading it, right? Because that's the way I thought it was going to be pronounced. I was way off. Imagine people that don't even bother. Imagine how many people do that on a daily basis, use words that they're not even using them right in the proper amount of syllables? Why would people that understand how it works out here even explain anything to you when you have the power in your hands in your expensive finance phone? You mean to tell me you can't even, you got unlimited data, but you can't even Google the definition of a word? Sorry, I'm at work, so it's lagging. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. No problem. I mean, I appreciate you jumping on. I've never seen you jump on. Hey, do you mind? How'd you come across this channel, Lessons Burn? How'd you come across SMD channel? And welcome, by the way. I appreciate you. I'll just say it's a rabbit hole. Say hello to the. See, then you'll get the alien that love to come in and throw riddles and fly off in their flying saucers and laugh. Okay, those are different kind of aliens. All right. Yes, it is a very small club. Obviously, it's a very small club. You know, and those of you guys that are on your journey that might be thinking about podcasting and stuff like this, this is what I want you to make sure. Do not get yourself caught in over the podcast that has all these followers and they're driving all these cars. Hey, don't. That stuff is temporary. It's temporary. Don't get frustrated wondering why they're making, because that's happened to me. Sometimes every now and then I had to stop myself from that, but sometimes I would go to these other channels and you see how many subscribers they have and see all the chat donations that they're getting. It's like, damn, and they're talking about nothing, straight bullshit. And you get frustrated. Hey, that is temporary. Those people can be replaced by the next person that's talking about gossip. It's just on and on. It's just gossip. Nothing. They're not special. You want to do things that last the test of time. Every bit of content that I produced, every video that I make, they will always be relevant. Everything I talk about will be relevant to the end of time. It will never get old, because math doesn't care about time. 1 + 1 will equal 2 now. 1 + 1 will equal 2 100 years from now when I'm long dead. Lions don't waste time teaching ants how to kill gazelles. Exactly. What somebody said this? I heard one other day. Somebody said butterflies don't hang around caterpillars. Butterflies don't hang around caterpillars. It's hard dealing with someone who has difficulty with arithmetic. Yeah, I can only imagine. Here I am, and this is what I picture. I picture, say, like there was a person like Lessons and Andre and Cosmic. They're standing in the crowd, and then here I come, this college-educated computer engineer, 6 figures, blah blah blah, all that stupid bullshit that people think is a high-value person, and then I come up saying geometria. Can you imagine? I would go home not knowing a thing, not knowing what I just said in front of these people. I just told them everything about me with one pronunciation of a word that I don't know, obviously didn't know the meaning of. Can you imagine? That goes on every day. Now, you as the SMD family member, but let's go just to numbers. That's the slaves. That's the equivalent to slave splaining in the finance world. When slaves be adding the equity of a the equity of a house to their financial portfolios, they're adding the equity of a house that they don't even own into their financial portfolio. What are you doing? They don't know what they're doing. That's the same thing. I've literally watched all your videos on Ramil's channel since yesterday. You know what? I love it when I hear that. You know how many people have told me that they binge watch my videos? You know how much that humbles me? Because you guys don't, I always tell this, maybe you don't know this lesson, but the SMD family knows. Do you guys know I was making videos for a year before anybody clicked? And when I say videos, lives. No, first I was making videos. Now I was doing a lot of editing at first. I wasn't doing live. That's right. No, because I couldn't go live at first because you have to have 1,000. So no, I was doing videos for a year. And then I went to live once I got, you know how hard it was to get that first 1,000 people? If you ain't never created a channel, that first 100 people, the first 100 people was hard to get. The first 100 subscribers. Now imagine when YouTube says, oh yeah, you can't go live until you get 1,000. 1,000? 1,000 people? That was hard. And I was talking to myself for a year, talking about shit that nobody believed in, getting out of debt, be free, all this other stuff. Be free, blah, blah, blah. I had to keep pushing through. I had to keep on pushing. I know I'm right. I know I'm right. I know millions of people don't know. I feel this freedom. I know other people want to be free. I know they do. I know they do. And I just kept pushing and pushing. I'm still doing it today. I'm almost at 3,000 now. All this time, 3,000 people. Almost. I'm not even there yet. Almost. 3,000 subscribers. The reason why I removed subscribers, because what's the first thing you do when you go to a channel? It's an automatic. The first thing you do is look to see how many subscribers. Subconsciously, you don't know that's what you're basing it on. You don't know that. You go to somebody, oh, they got 1 million subscribers. Oh, wow, they must be somebody. According to who? Because they got 1 million subscribers? No, it don't mean anything. Trying to post more to my channel. What's your channel, Lessons Burned? What's your channel? Oh, probably the name. Is it under Lessons Burned? Lesson Burned? LJ, math is time. It's been here billions of, yes, it has. It is time. I agree with that. I like that statement. It is time. I remember hearing math is everything. You kind of hear this as I was growing up. It is everything. It's the answer to everything. Geek says esoteric circles. They also, okay. Now I looked up esoteric. I had to look it up again. I don't remember what the definition of esoteric. I do remember how to pronounce, right? I did pronounce it right. Esoteric. I did. Okay. Esoteric. Okay, I did say that right. Intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized knowledge or interest. So SMD is esoteric. Okay, they're saying ESE. Esoteric, not SO. Esoteric. Esoteric. 1, 2, 3, 4. Esoteric. See, even though it has an O in there, and I want to look at it esoteric, it's esoteric. Those are, I bet you. Now maybe you guys that have been out here longer than me, maybe that's how people that understand how it all works, maybe that pronouncing words correctly is a way they communicate. Words being pronounced correctly with the proper when I say correctly, pronunciation with syllables. That alone could be a language of I know it doesn't make, well, maybe it does make sense. Maybe I'm on to something that I didn't know or whatever, right? But the pronunciation of words properly. Learn something new every day. I really do. You guys know, like when I go on other channels, they always call me arrogant asshole. You guys know I'm not. I'm not being an asshole. I'm not doing anything negative. I actually want to help people. The circles they call slaves, the undead. What's up, Atticus? Hello. No wonder I was amazing at math and history. I used to when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I loved math. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. I just remember when I got into algebra, I used to go, "Whoa, okay, 6x equal y." I'm like, okay, well, all right, whatever. It's not just words, it's concepts as well. Okay. To join, you must have your math right. Yes. That's the basics, right? We know that in order for people like Andre, Lessons, Cosmic, other SMB family members, you have to know the basics. Do you trust your calculator? No? Then why are we talking? You don't even, not even math, arithmetic. Do you know arithmetic? I still remember my math teacher. Her name was Miss Klingensmith. She was German, older lady, spit a lot. So when she used to come and help me on my math paper, I just expected to see some spit fly on my paper. I don't know. I can't do anything about it, but she's good at math. I'd never forget her. Never forget her, Mrs. Klingensmith. And back then, I'm a kid. Miss Klingensmith had to have been around. She had to have been in her 60s, maybe. She had to have been in her 60s probably back then. Because I remember being older. But when you're a kid, everybody looks way older than what they really were. So she was probably in her 50s or 60s, maybe. All I knew is that, and maybe she knew I had a gift or something, because I swear she used to give me extra attention. She really did when it came to math problems. Because I used to get gold stars all the time. Because we used to have math races, math and money games. I used to get a gold star every single time. So maybe she knew how to gift. I don't know. Maybe so. Standing on principle equals it sure does equals asshole in 2021. You spell checker. You want to define, yeah. So I'm an asshole for that because I want to help you. I want to help you properly pronounce words and spell them right. Really? Okay. Well, I guess I am. Now this is the difference between. So you unconscious slaves will know. I don't care. I don't care how unconscious slaves feel about me. I don't care. You guys know that. I don't care. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you call me. I don't care. When you speak, you are producing a math problem. If you mispronounce or misspell the math will be wrong. See, I got to go back to that connection, what you guys just said about the gematria. See, I've still got to learn how to pronounce it. Gematria, right?
Gematria.
See, I'm still saying it wrong. See, but that's okay. Gematria. See, the difference is that I know I'm doing it wrong because eventually I'll say it right. Don't get me wrong. It's just gematria. That's a brand new. I'm 51. That's a brand new word for me. Brand new. Gematria. Gematria. Brand new word for me. Brand new. I'm not ashamed to say it either. Didn't know the word till today. Now is that Zypher? That's been in move. That's wasn't that in the Matrix? Wasn't that in the Matrix? Dude's name? Character of Warcraft. I'm just looking it up. The word searching. Anyway, anybody got any questions before I wrap this up, man? We've been 2 hours and 30 minutes talking. See, when you love what you do, I didn't even realize that I was 2 hours and 30 minutes in. I didn't even realize that. Didn't even realize it. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I really appreciate you. 1 second here. 1 second. Thanks for all the new people that showed up today. Got to see another side of how I am, other SMD family members are. We're here to help everybody. Quentin says, what's up, LJ? I want a shirt. I will be in Myrtle Beach next. Okay, cool, man. Now I got the ones that I physically have on me is the main statement shirt is if it doesn't make mathematical sense, it cannot make financial sense. I have those shirts, Quentin. So if you want that particular shirt, I have that and I will have that ready for it. But if you want a different shirt, you have to order it online because those are print on demand. So they print as soon as you say, I want it, they make it and send it to you. DWI Talk says, hey, LJ, hey, what's up? A while back, you were sharing with me about owning oneself and the significance thereof. I finally understood it a bit better now. Thanks again so much for the information that you share. I appreciate you. First of all, I appreciate you showing up and sharing this information with you, with me, with us and me. I'm glad you get it, owning yourself, because a lot of people don't know that. They don't know. The reason why I'm so passionate about it, because I didn't know I didn't own myself until age 40. Even though I woke up at age 40, I still didn't know. I didn't really know until years after that, right? I didn't quit my job until I started waking up around 41, 42. I didn't quit my job till about 2016. So I was 46 in 2016. So, and I just feel it's just wonderful to be able to help you guys skip a whole bunch of steps. A place to go to, a place to speak to like-minded people, a place to share your stories with, you know, when you're out there in the debt matrix, because you're going to have a lot of stories that you're not going to be able to share with other people. All right. Okay, cool. All right, that's fine. I'll take that shirt I have. I want to support. Cool, man. Hey, and Quentin, you're going to like this one way better than the first one, right? First one, I was just trying something. I'm like, okay, I just want to get this out. I said, okay, let me take my time. Let me get it made. Let me get a better quality shirt. You know, that I want these shirts. This is what I envision SMD shirts, right? I envision when we wear these shirts and we wear these shirts out to understand what it symbolizes. That, hey, by the way, I'm different from everybody. I'm different from all you slaves. That, I mean, it's not going to literally say that, but when we see each other wearing them, I want people to see, oh, that person must know. Yes. You see somebody across a crowd and they got a shirt on, you just give each other a wink. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Oh, you know. Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, you might see me commingling with the slaves. Like, you wear this shirt, you'd be like, you see me commingling with the slaves, but just to let you know, I'm not a slave. Okay. I'm here. I'm just mixing in. I'm saying I'm an alien without letting all the slaves know I'm an alien. Okay. The t-shirts is the way to pull down your mask in public without really pulling down your mask in public like that. And I'm not talking about the COVID mask. I'm talking about your human mask exposing your alien eyes. I did my day's workout while listening. Oh, cool, man. You slaves get it right. Sounds is hardcore, man. So I mean, I know I'm sure you're on the keyboard doing it, man. You can't do it in public. Order my teas. Appreciate it, Sal's, man. And I cannot wait to hear your stories, Sal's. I really want to hear your stories, man. You might instigate it, though. I imagine Sal is putting on the SMD shirt, going up to the people. Hey, do you see my shirt? I saw you read it. How come you didn't answer me a question? It took me a while to get it. And also, you had shared that it possibly would take a while. Things. Yeah, it does. It's not, It's not something that happens quick, because you got to remember, DWI, you got to remember, like, you've been in a debt matrix for years. It just doesn't happen. You got to, and I still do the transition. Like me calling, like, for example, me calling this a superpower, I had to slowly build up to that, because the first thing you're going to be worried about is all the other slaves trying to ridicule you and trying to talk down to you and call you stupid or crazy or whatever. But then once you come all the way out of it, you could tell they're just slaves playing. They don't know what they're saying. Slaves, that they just talk, they just don't, they just say anything, they just repeat what they've heard. Because anybody, when they give you like financial information, all you got to do is turn to a slave and say, where did you hear that information? They never have an answer. Oh, my friend's cousin's brother, sister, yeah, my friend, they have this millionaire friend, and the millionaire friend, okay, all right, that's all I need to know. Bye. All right, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I appreciate it. And until next time, okay? See you later.